Hello there! From before the yellow line, this is Trammin Rewind. My name is Kirk, and today I'm joined by my friend, and he's kind, he rewinds, Jeff.
Hello, everyone. Today we're rewinding to Walt's last wishes.
Wait a minute, Jeff. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a Mickey and Friends tram?
Whoa!
Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast. Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding. As a courtesy to other passengers, we ask that there be no eating, drinking, or smoking on board. In just a few moments, we will begin our trip into the Disneyland Resort news and topic of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, this tram is ready to depart. Driver, you are clear.
Welcome to Trammin Rewind, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We are your hosts, Kirk and Jeff. What is up, Jeff?
Not that much.
Not that much?
Not that much.
Space is up there.
Space is.
Men and women. What's funny is this sounds like...
you can believe it.
It sounds like referential humor because it is. Maybe someday you can be part of an inside joke too.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
I believe in you specifically.
Mark.
No one else. You.
Mark.
You're naming names. That's
Just Mark's name.
Mark.
I'm naming name. Mark.
Mark, get the cups off your desk.
Throw the tissues away. Line up your keyboard and mouse. Okay. Pens into the pen not dispenser. What is that thing? Holder.
A little pen cup.
Yeah, little pen cup.
That cup can stay. The other cups, Mark, clean it.
Your stapler probably needs some staples. Do it now before you get frustrated.
Mark, when's the last time you checked your lint trap on your dryer?
Ooh. I tore mine apart this weekend.
Yeah?
And took everything out of it.
Every.
Stuff gets through, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, it's bad.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Check your printer paper. HP recommends color lock paper.
Don't take what HP recommends. HP can recommend my nuts.
I'll leave that one in. But
That's not a swear.
But it's a kid's show.
Is this a kid show?
People listen in their car. This puts babies to sleep. Shout
you
out.
put babies to sleep.
I do. I have the soothing voice of a father who will never be.
No, you don't. You don't have a soothing voice. You have a very stern voice.
I can have a soothing voice just like this one. So let's remind you why we're all here with mousekeeping.
Hit the button.
If this is your first time here, welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland
Okay,
podcast
turn the NPR voice off.
where Kirk and Rain usually talk about the Disneyland Resort through and only through their eyes. Listen to full episodes every Wednesday or topic-only uploads on Big Thunder Thursdays. If you enjoy the show, like, subscribe, comment, and review us wherever you can, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and, of course, Rain's favorite, YouTubes. For a visual guide of the show, follow @Trammin Podcast on Instagram. And to write into the show, head to trammin.com/ask. While you're on Trammin.com, catch up on lore. Check out our recommendations or download some artwork for your personal use. If you want to chat with us on Discord or want to know what the heck that is, ask us how. And you can find all these links and lore on Trammin.com. Jeff, can you say yes, you can?
Yes, you can.
What this is now is Trammin Rewind. At first, we were going to have like 3 or 4 of these while Rain was gone. And then no one wrote them because they were supposed to be like guest spots. Not that you really wrote this, but everyone had their
This has form. This has shape.
Okay. So this...
Shut up.
This Matthew has an idea, Freddie has an idea, you had this idea, and then we've like birthed another idea out of this one. Just so we had to draw the line of what we're not going to talk about today.
Right. Yes.
So Trammin Rewind will return, just like Thor in the Avengers, but this is still the first one. I'm already doing the when can we do this again thing. So the point of Trammin Rewind is really, that we have not experienced this. These are our thoughts on some history.
Very observational.
Like,
we're not doing a history report.
I was
today.
not in 1964.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm not citing sources tonight. This is all very... observational.
It's still the through and only through our eyes
speculative.
thing. Yeah.
It's to the information we have disseminated and forming an opinion off of it.
Yeah. So it's still our opinions on history. We may get things wrong, but
if we do, write in. Let us know.
You guys come here for that. That would have been a great transition to You're Right, but it's not time for You're Right.
Oh, because we weren't wrong yet.
Right. It's time for Jeff's.
With Kirk and
Jeff. Okay, so my friend Jeff, who is here right now,
Hi.
Who's been on the other 3 hours of this episode, made dinner.
I did.
He made dinner 2 nights ago.
No, yesterday.
Oh, whatever.
I made dinner at 1 a.m. yesterday.
Here's what he made. He made... This is like a mac and cheese casserole, yes?
I wouldn't use the word casserole. It's a baked.
A kugel, as some would use.
No, a kugel's got a crap ton of onions and
Does it?
apples. Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. No, it's a baked mac and cheese.
Baked mac and cheese. What's the recipe?
This?
Yeah.
It was from that white girl on Twitter or on TikTok, the southern one. But it's got sharp cheddar, Colby Jack, mozzarella, and then garlic powder, smoked paprika.
That's not coming through.
Not even a little bit. I like putting a little bit of cayenne in there.
All right. I've only tried this cold, so
A little salty.
it's okay. Cheers, Jeff.
Cheers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Let's try with some bacon. It's strong enough where the bacon doesn't overpower it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm digging it. Yeah, it's a little salty, but that's okay. No, so a little salt never hurt anybody.
All the seasoning.
You got a really
is done.
smokiness to it.
The smoked paprika is such a good move.
I love a
Because
good
I'll tell you what I
sharp
used to
cheddar
do.
too.
I used to use smoked Gouda, but it was always too aggressive of a flavor. That's
what?
exactly where I want it to be, as far as that smoky flavor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's 2, 3. Oh. Cheers again. To starting the show strangely, just like last week.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the end of the show. But we had to record this first because we're eating. Did you see what we did last week?
No, what happened last week?
So we opened the show with... No, we did the intro and just stopped after that.
Uh-huh.
We did the Costco guys. Because Rain's obsessed with them and I hate them. There's something sinister going on.
No, it's not.
There's something sinister going
There's
on.
something sinister with the kid.
Huh?
The Rizzler
Oh,
is
that's...
sinister.
No, did you see the thing? He's like an imaginary frog that only they can see. When they were on Fallon and he was on the couch.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. That kid's weird.
I have never seen a grown man have more disdain for a child
Wait, who?
than Jimmy Fallon.
Oh,
The
at that
entire
moment?
time. For all of them.
I didn't watch it because I can't. They are sinister, dude.
It's a father
The
and
dad,
son.
no. Have you seen the behind the scenes where he was like making them reshoot?
He's an auteur. He's an auteur and I respect it.
The first 3 letters are correct, but I don't know if the or is like,
He's an auteur.
no. No, he's not. There's something wrong. There's a, dude. We're gonna find his skeletons. Give me so mad we're talking
People
about
have
this
already
again.
done digging. All they found is that he's been a grinder. He's been trying to do online content for years.
They're gonna find him on Grindr. That's for sure. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there is if you're married.
You said that very much as though there was something wrong with it.
Because he's married.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. It's like if I found out one of my friends who was single was on Grindr, I'd be like, any good bites? You know? Any good get on that grind, you know?
If I were on Grindr and you asked me any good bites, I think I'd tell you to F yourself. If you use the exact phrasing, any good bites.
I wouldn't though. You know what it sounds like?
I'd say be normal, freak.
It sounds like someone who's uncomfortable with their friend being on Grindr trying to make conversation about it.
Yes, 100%.
And I wouldn't do that. I would immediately start cracking jokes.
Strange character.
Like, meet any good politicians lately?
That one's good.
But
Yeah, speaking of politicians, boy, isn't it crazy what happened yesterday? Can you believe it?
I can't believe
I can't believe what
that
happened
Ronald
yesterday.
Reagan came back
Ronald
from the dead.
Reagan's hands stuck up out of the dirt at 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And you all at home, you saw it happen.
Now you
And he ushered in
a new era.
a new era.
Yeah, of yeah.
Poor people are poorer than they've ever been thanks to him.
Mm.
That's as close as I'm going to get to being political.
People were so distracted by that they didn't see Richard Nixon stick 2 peace signs out of the ground, out of his grave, and say that. Yeah,
I'm back.
What was I going to say about food? Oh, right. The reason we did that segment first is because Rain he had a chocolate chunk cookie in his hand, and I had a chicken bake. And I said, we're Trammin guys.
Oh, no, I did see this.
Yeah.
Yes.
He cut it off, though, because he keeps forgetting that when you post your own story, it can be longer than 15 seconds. We bit them at the end.
Mhm.
And then we went downstairs and ate it. Chicken bake, actually really good.
Love a chicken bake.
Scary good.
You know what it is?
Mm.
It's all the fun parts of a Caesar salad. It's chicken,
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese, bacon, and Caesar dressing.
There's no bacon on a Caesar salad.
There can be.
I think I like the anchovies. On
Anchovies-
in the Caesar salad.
Anchovies are actually typically a key ingredient in Caesar dressing.
Yeah. So I think we should end the mac and cheese segment and just finish eating the mac and cheese and get on with our lives and the show.
Mhm.
So, Jeff,
So, Rain. Nope, not your name. Kirk.
you've only recorded with Rain once. You've recorded with me for probably 12 hours by now. So I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know.
But, Jeff,
You know
this,
what it
is,
is? 'Cause I keep seeing his
this
name
is
every time I pick my drink up.
this is spectacular.
Yeah? Even
Yeah.
with the seasoning being a little out of whack?
Yeah, if I ate this after something else, I'd be dying
Mm-hmm.
because of the salt.
Mm-hmm.
And you got nothing in you. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Well, thank you very much. I'm very glad.
Thank you for providing dinner.
This was a spur of the moment thing last night.
You sure this was last night?
Yes.
Time
So I
to
did the
flat
dishes
circle,
this
dude.
morning.
That doesn't mean anything.
It does because I was
But time is a flat circle. I don't know what day it is anymore. I don't know what hour it is.
under certain influences last night.
Got it. All right.
Why do you think I cooked this at 1 a.m?
Oh, did I see this morning? I don't know. But anyways, we'll be right back. Let's get in some news. No big headlines this week. So it's time for snack time. Scott Gustin reports many things.
Scott Gustin.
All of these are just quotes from his blue sky. Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Disneyland Park will use a virtual queue when it opens November 15th. A standby queue will not be offered during the attraction's initial opening days. The virtual queue enrollment times will be twice daily, 7 a.m. and 12 p.m. Usually 12 p.m. requires you to already be in the park. Is that your phone? Is that who writes the foodie guides?
No.
Oh. Over at Disneyland Park, the Docking Bay 7 food and cargo nighttime gathering fireworks package reservations are now available.
God, this sucks.
That food looks great. It shouldn't be what it is. Well, okay, hold on.
It sucks that it's another freaking reservation package.
2 things. 1,
What?
must be a demand for it. 2, Docking
Not-
Bay already closes early. It is always closed early.
Is it?
It closes at 8. So if that remains, they're actually extending it a little bit for some snacks and giving people an opportunity to view fireworks and pay for it.
I'm going to look this up. I want to see this dining package.
It's like $80 a person, which is that's dumb.
How much was
They're all $80.
how much
a
was
person.
Hungry Bear?
I don't know, but that's the worst one.
But that was the cheapest one.
Yeah. Now it's Rancho del Zocalo. I think it's $45 a person. But that's Fantasmic. So the World of Color dessert party is what this is more like, which is $80.
What is it called? Docking Bay 7.
Yeah, this actually looks good, dude. It's like an eclair with Cocoa Puffs in it. Whoa. Which I commented someone must have got a bulk deal on Cocoa Puffs. Yeah. Look up there. Scott Gustin put a picture. Is there a picture up there? Stop burping into the mic.
I didn't mean to.
I think you did.
No, because I thought about doing it on purpose earlier.
Mm.
Ew, I'm at WDWNT.
I won't even click on them.
I didn't even realize I was clicking on it at first. It
was
off
a
Google link. Do I gotta go to freaking Blue Sky?
Blue Sky's nice, dude.
Yeah, but I just have to open a different app right now.
Yeah. It's okay, dude.
Schmatz Nustin.
Jason Schultz, national treasure, dude.
National freaking treasure.
He misunderstood me. So I was like, oh, I meant this thing. He still got me the pictures. The Main Street ice cream window. Main Street Cone Shop is what it was called.
Hey, I'll ask you a freak show question.
Yeah.
When does that update to being blocked happen on Twitter?
I thought it happened. I saw an Ars Technica article.
For me yet. I guess they're doing like A/B testing with it.
Why don't you just leave?
Because I want to be Snoopy.
Huh?
I want to be lame. I want to be a huge piece.
You want to go look at...
There's a specific person who blocked me a long time ago.
And you're going to go bother them?
I know they've been talking smack. And I want to know.
Oh, and you can't... The archive doesn't work anymore.
Because I'm blocked.
You could have...
Their profile would have had to have been archived, which it wouldn't have been.
No. Up until like a year ago, you could have gone to knitter.net/their thing.
This I've never heard of, and that's a crazy word.
You could have... Yeah. You could have also just typed their profile into the URL, the address bar. And
no, because until recently they were private.
Oh, got it.
As of like 3 weeks ago, they're public.
But you can't do anything without logging in because I could just look it up for you.
I don't want to. I don't want to involve other people in this.
Anyways, Jeff, the dining package.
Scott Gustin.
Yeah, at scottgustin.com.
God, that whips.
What?
That he got that he like has his own URL. I think that's a neat thing about the way Blue Sky works.
That's what we have.
It's the way all of them work. It's the Mastodon and the stupid other one that nobody gives a crap about.
Okay, here's the Threads.
No, the other one that nobody gives a crap about.
There's another one?
It was Mastodon. It was before Blue Sky. There were two big ones before Blue Sky. It was Mastodon and something else.
Huh.
Someone in the Discord's got my back.
This is so boring for people right now.
I'm looking for... Oh, hello.
Does it not look good?
What are these funny blue rocks?
I don't know. Is there like a thing?
I'm on Scott Gustin channel.
Okay. Describe what you see. You see an eclair.
I see an eclair that's split. I see what looks like...
Oh, it's not an eclair. It's like a hot dog.
It's a meatball sub made out of chocolate.
Is that so wrong?
Not even a little bit.
Right?
And then there's this little like puff pastry with icing and rock candy on top of it.
You know, Jeff, this was a good idea.
Then there's a cotton candy topped beverage in a funny cup. Then there's 5 pieces of cantaloupe and tahine.
Oh, okay, tahine.
It looks like tahine.
No, I always hear tahini because
Tajin.
I know. Good looking out, Jeff. I just bought kirkbagdessarian.com.
Just now?
Just now. I don't know why I didn't have it before.
How much did it cost?
$10.
Okay.
Cloudflare, dude.
Cloudflare?
Cloudflare
cheaper than...
They sell at cost.
Cheaper than GoDaddy?
They sell at cost.
At cost. At cost is silly because that implies a manufacturing price.
No, there's a cost from ICANN.
Is ICANN
the governing body?
They're the people who make internet?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's a whole thing.
That's so weird to me.
So Cloudflare is just like, whatever we pay, you pay.
Cloudflare is not out to make money off of this deal.
No, they have so many products.
What are these little fried discs? What's this pink thing topped with blueberries and bobas?
Probably just a soft serve.
No, it looks like a cake. I hope it's like a snowball. Oh, I could go for a snowball.
Oh.
Yeah, it took you a second to remember what a snowball
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Go for one.
All right. Anyways, Jeff. Yeah.
Looks good. This
Blue-
looks substantial. This looks like a fun collection of treats. You get all of these?
for $80.
Absolutely not.
I told you this earlier.
Yeah, I know. I was leading up to it. Just,
$80.
that's whack.
So when someone told me World of Color dessert party $80, I'm like, oh, for two people? That's like, okay, fine.
That's splittable.
No. If it was $80,
And you get 2 plates.
forget the plates. It's the access cost. The plate is irrelevant.
No, the access cost is vile. It's genuinely evil.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if it was like, oh, $80,
Mhm.
two people can watch World of Color. It's still BS, but I get what they're doing.
Oh my God, because $80 only comes with 1 ticket.
Yes.
Ugh.
Okay.
Jesus.
Anyways, Disney also confirms the Amazing Spider-Man Stuntronic show at Disney California Adventure Park will be tweaked starting November 17th. Guests will be able to see Spider-Man fly more times throughout the day, and Spider-Man will spend more time meeting guests.
And you know what that means? Grant Imahara's legacy lives on.
Yeah.
You know that was the last thing he made before he passed?
You didn't have to do with Groot?
Mm-mm. Not to my knowledge. The last thing that Grant Imahara made, Grant Imahara, as everybody knows, of Mythbusters, was the Spider-Man robot. Yeah.
I didn't know that. They didn't show him an Imagineering story.
That's whack. Actually, it's not whack. He was already dead.
When they filmed it?
Mhm.
Oh. Yeah, he made BB-8, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
What was hilarious was Neil deGrasse Tyson being like, it's impossible. And they're like...
Neil deGrasse Tyson can
Yeah, okay.
genuinely huff my scruff.
So... when he was like,
I like that.
he was like, oh, it's impossible for that to go along the sand. And they're like, no, we made it. It's right here. And then they brought him out on stage that one time, remember? Dude.
BB-8 is one of those things that it will always be magical to me that's a practical effect.
I think what no one realized, you think of the whole thing having to be symmetrical, but there was like a trapezoidal thing inside that was like weighted.
There's a
And
weighted
that
thing.
stayed up.
Because
But
the
it
one
was-
they sell at Droid Depot is very similar
Yeah, I'm sure.
in
It's just made
structure.
of plastic.
It's a core on the inside that's surrounded by wheels
Yeah.
that rotates the shell around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the best thing that I'll always remember is they rolled him out on stage and the camera zoomed in and then he looks at the camera. And I was like, the droid humor?
Yeah.
George
Absolutely.
Lucas can cook.
George Lucas didn't have smack to do with that.
No, like the whole R2-D2 and all that. Like the ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean George Lucas made BB-8 as like some engineering marvel. No. Like,
I
mean, R2-D2 had a man inside.
R2-D2 did have a small man,
which is, anyways,
which is crazy.
it's kind of relevant to the topic. But before that, any other news? Oh, the foodie guides are out. That is Trammin preview.
Oh,
next
they
week.
are.
Next.
I freaking told you it was going to happen.
Yeah. We knew. But yeah, next week, got to upgrade the watch, buddy boy.
It works 80% of the time.
So those will be next week. 2 foodie guides, new items only, including like returning favorites. You know, like I will say that the pork belly adobo is back,
Good.
as it should be.
Good. If the pork belly adobo goes away, I'm burning that part to the ground, and you can cite me on that.
It's
Thanks.
time for You're Right, in which members of the Tram fam write in with corrections and comments just like you can at trammin.com/ask. Jeff, cue up that corrections music, please. 3 people write in about the same thing. So for context, last week we ate sake Kit Kats on the show, courtesy of Tiffy Luna, who went to Japan.
Mhm.
So thank you for that once again. Kimmy and I ate the matcha ones.
Mhm.
Kimmy does not like drinking matcha, but she likes the matcha Kit Kats.
The matcha Kit Kats go crazy. I've recently been turned on to matcha. Ooh.
Stereoscope
good
coffee
stuff.
right here. You like it sweet?
Yeah.
Stereoscope
A little
coffee
matcha
right
latte?
here?
A little matcha latte? A
No,
little bit
just-
of honey in it?
I don't know what they
God
do.
bless.
Matcha with oat milk? Ooh,
Yeah, that'd be a matcha latte. Latte just means with milk.
I guess. So,
How are you a coffee obsessive and I guessing that?
because I'm a coffee obsessive, not a latte obsessive.
What's coffee plus milk? Latte.
No.
Yes.
No, that's
Yes.
coffee and milk.
No.
Latte is espresso and steamed milk.
Not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily.
No.
Yes, necessarily.
No.
Yes.
Shut up.
You're wrong.
You're right.
I am.
Dane. Dane
Dane.
says, I'm pretty sure ume is a plum.
Yeah, so we saw this word on there, and Rain
Ume.
translated it, and it said plum, and we're like, why? So Dane continues, that's what my great-grandma told me when I was a wee lad. But on Wikipedia, it says it's like an apricot/plum. Mickey, writes in, she's back.
Hey,
Ume.
Mickey.
Huh, yeah. Ume sake, or umeshu, is sake made from ume, aka Japanese plums, which gives sake a sweet and sour flavor.
Mhm.
And Tiffy Luna?
Sometimes called plum wine.
Ah, yes. Tiffy Luna, who provided the Kit Kats, says, Google says it's plum-infused liqueur. I bought it because there were only 2 options of sake Kit Kats. My bosses bought me the other one when they went to Japan, and it was not good at all, so I took my chances on the ume sake flavor. Also, the sea salt ice cream from Disney Sea was pink. I wouldn't say it tasted like pancakes. It had a good mix of the salty taste and sweet raspberry flavor. And also, since Jeff's on the show, can you have him describe Jeff's Cosmic Rewind on Big Thunder? Before Jeff's Cosmic Rewind.
Wow.
Before Jeff's Cosmic
What a
Rewind.
lead-in.
Before Jeff Cosmic.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The reason we bring this up is the sea salt ice cream
From Kingdom
from
Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts is blue and is
Right.
meant to taste like pancake batter.
Allegedly.
I've made it.
What makes it taste like pancake batter?
I don't remember, but it does taste like pancake
Like
batter.
pancake batter? Like,
Like
not
the way it
like
smells.
not maple?
Like the way
Like
it's
pancake.
pancake. You know the way it smells? 'Cause
Yeah.
tasting, it's nasty when you taste it.
It's very particular.
Yeah, but when you taste...
It's kind of, I guess it's baking soda.
hold on.
There's no yeast. And yeast is what you're tasting when you eat bread.
Yeah, but this is the smell.
Yeah.
You haven't thought of the smell. Okay, so it's let's see. 2 eggs, 2 cups of milk, 1/3 cup sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1 cup heavy whipping cream, and some sea salt. And it's the eggs.
It's the eggs. Yeah.
And yeah,
That's so interesting.
dude,
I saw,
you should make it.
you know that guy, have you seen this guy on YouTube, Dylan Hollis?
No.
He's this guy who makes a lot of like recipes from the early 1900s. Recipe from the 40s. So it's like, you know, a wartime recipe called Poor Man's Ice Cream. And all it is a little bit of vanilla, powdered sugar. Was it powdered sugar and evaporated milk? I think that was it. And that's it. And you just whip the hell out of it, put it in the freezer. Like use a hand
I think I've
hand
seen this,
mixer.
yeah.
And then you put it in the freezer and for an hour and you take it out and do it again. And it's just like perfect gelato texture. There was a question I've got to answer, which is about, quote, Jeff's Cosmic Rewind on Big Thunder. You want to see what that is? If we're there, ask. If we're there on the same day,
We'll help you.
ask and we'll tell you. But until then, let's keep that a secret.
Yeah. Let's rewind to Walt's last wishes.
By the early to mid 1960s, Disneyland Park was just kind of chugging along. It wasn't done, and some would say never will be, but it was running, and Walt Disney was getting very ambitious.
Very ambitious. Maybe bored.
Oh, most definitely bored. Walt Disney had some cracked out ADHD for sure. Everything the man did was a hyperfixation.
What did Freddie send us? Ever since I was a young boy, I've been fascinated with trains. And he's just like understatement.
You don't say,
dude.
man.
Yeah, understatement.
Walt loved trains is such a like classic Twitter bit.
He did love trains though.
He did. The man loved trains.
Best look, you've been on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, right?
I have.
I love the picture of him at the end. It just says Walt Disney, and he's just on a train living his best. I said it here. I mean, I'm not the first to say this, I'm sure. He built Disneyland because his wife was like, get the train out of the backyard, please. Because it crashed a few times, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like tiny train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 1/5 scale train or whatever it was.
Yeah. So he built a whole park. But there were a lot of things going on.
The company in the early 60s was really, really, really wild because, strictly movies and cartoons up to the 40s. And then by the 50s, cartoons were good. We did it. It is a machine that is just going to run forever. Got to do a new thing. Got to make a theme park. Makes a theme park. Takes about 20 years to get it off the ground because he tries doing it in Burbank for a while. Yeah. Finally finds the right plot of land. Finally goes to enough other parks to really take notes and really learn what their secret sauce is. But then he gets it right. The 50s come and go. He did it. Cracked the code. Now what? The man needs a new hyperfixation. The hell's he going to do? And it's a combination of a few things. I want to make Disneyland bigger. Mm-hmm. I want to make more movie. Mm-hmm. One in particular that he's really, really attached to at the moment. And I want to do World Fair. And also, the man's a freak on a leash who thinks he can reinvent the concept of the city.
We'll come back to the city.
But it's important to know that all of these are happening concurrently. And the funny thing is, the reason I wanted to talk about this and really observe on this is that I feel like every time one of these things gets brought up as like a case study, people are only talking about that one thing. People only talk about the World's Fair. People only talk about Epcot. People only talk about Mary Poppins. And they're not really talking about the fact that all of these things were happening at the same time. And the funniest thing is, in all of those stories, Walt Disney is heavily, heavily, heavily involved. I genuinely think you take one of these projects off the table at the time, the man lives another 15 years.
No.
Yeah. Genuinely believe that. You take one of these projects off the table, the man lives another 15 years.
The smoking.
The smoking only amplifies stress.
Okay.
Stress only amplifies the smoking.
You
take away the stress, you mellow out the smoking. You mellow out the smoking, you mellow out the effects of stress on the body.
So the World's Fair was like perfect for him to take advantage of all these things.
Oh, yeah.
Now, shout out to Defunctland, Kevin Perjurer.
Yep.
Not available for comment. I didn't ask him. He probably would have jumped on for this one.
Man, why didn't you?
Rain would be mad. No, because you'd have to coordinate with him, and then he might just stop answering the emails. If Matthew was here, we could just FaceTime him.
Yeah.
Last time we FaceTimed him, he didn't pick up.
Who, Matt? Or
Kevin.
Yeah?
Remember? At Wetzel's?
Oh, yeah. Forgot we did
He replied to us.
He did reply. I still think he's wrong.
Oh, totally, dude. Semantics. But
ice cream handwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, it's 2 puns. You can't do 2 puns. I'm like, why can't you do...
It's the same
An
pun.
ice cream sandwich is not a pun.
Ice cream sandwich is a pun. It's ice cream between breads.
Yeah. Anyways, World's Fair. A lot of politics. Oh, shout out to him. I watched his video.
Yes.
He did cover the fact that all these things were going on and that Walt Disney...
Yeah, no, he did. He's the only person who really did talk about
Disney,
it. Yeah.
Walt Disney had a knack of taking advantage of every situation he was in. So World's Fair. The 1964 New York World's Fair was not the World's Fair.
Fake World's Fair.
It was fake World's Fair.
For 2 reasons. One, it ran for 2 years, but that's not what makes it fake. It's the fact that it's fake that lets it run for 2 years.
Yeah, it's that there is the BIE. Is that what they are? Like the...
There's a
governing
committee.
board.
There's a governing board that is very UN adjacent that agrees between countries where and when a World's Fair happens.
You know they're still doing them.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
It's always in
crazy.
Dubai and stuff, though.
You couldn't pay me to go to Dubai.
No. I mean, I'm not going to...
Everybody that goes does get paid.
Yeah.
Did you see that thing today about the Mr. Beast?
Oh, no.
Mr. Beast is doing pro Dubai content now. He's taking the checks. I've never seen a man throw a career away like that. It's like that movie.
How is he doing that? All his friends would get beheaded over there.
What?
No,
you're right. What's that movie? Something's Millions, where the guy gets an inheritance of like $100 million, but he can only get the inheritance in total is $100 million, but he can only get it if he spends $10 million in like a week.
So easy.
It's like I can't remember the name of the movie, but
I know what you're talking about.
That's like it's like is that what he's doing? It's like he's just
You're on the last breath.
he's got to throw it away as fast as possible. But
Just like Walt threw his life away as fast as possible, doing all this stuff. So he took advantage of this because what's his name? Robert Moses was obsessed with like getting his own park.
Robert
But
Moses,
that's irrelevant.
Robert Moses wanted a theme park, a Disney park in New York.
He wanted a public park.
No, he did not.
He
Robert
did.
Moses hated the idea of a public park.
No, a public park named after him, but not a public park.
Oh, yes.
But
he wanted the
Disney
notoriety.
park wasn't happening, so he was trying to use the World's Fair to siphon funds for his own park. But Walt Disney saw this opportunity to like just have people fund his projects.
Like, oh, somebody built a stage for me? Cool. I get to put it on a show.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I need money for the show. Here you go. Oh, I can take the show back to Disneyland.
Oh, this guy who's desperate for a show?
Yeah. Four guys who are desperate for shows.
Yeah.
And then all of them say, yeah, you can take the show back to Disneyland. We don't care.
We don't care.
So
Who gives a crap?
he took advantage of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Made deals with GE. Ford. At some point, Pepsi, even though he was friends
Pepsi
with Coke.
sponsored
It's a small world.
Small World before UNICEF did.
And then, anyways.
And Monsanto was already
They're already in Tomorrowland.
in their pocket, yeah.
So he was developing a lot of things.
Mhm.
But he was obsessed at this point with animatronics.
If the man loved one thing as much as trains, it was funny robots.
And there was, dude, Kevin Perjurer, low-key funny guy.
High-key funny guy. I think he has a very good sense of comedic timing.
But comedic time, I mean, the humor is low-key.
Oh, yes.
He's not a jokester.
No. Yes, I agree.
So there was this line of like, Walt Disney said, you can't hire a human being to work 4 to 5 hours. That's too many. And then he continues the quote. Walt Disney said this. This is not the exact quote. They'll call off or get sick or get tired and want to leave, and you have to pay them. So that was his thing with Lincoln. I didn't have to hire a Lincoln. I could build a Lincoln.
I can make my own Lincoln.
In my own image. And so...
Freak on a leash.
Yeah. So 9 Inch Nails or Corn? Corn.
Freak on a leash, I think was 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah. So he's ready to build some animatronics. He wanted to put a bunch of animatronics on the Ford ride.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't want it, but he already built the dinosaurs, so he threw them in the diorama.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tiki Room was going to be part of something else.
That's right, because Tiki Room was not an opening day.
They axed Tiki Room from the World's Fair.
Mm-hmm.
That was going to be a whole pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest one was Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, because he wanted to do an Edison Square thing, couldn't figure it out.
Right.
So he went with just, Hall of Presidents was an original concept for World's Fair.
Yes, that's true.
And he was like, ooh, can't do that many.
But I can do one real good.
And he loved Lincoln.
Loved Lincoln. Hard not to like Lincoln. You ask any non-problematic U.S. history enjoyer who their favorite president is, they'll give you 2 answers. Lincoln and Teddy.
Or George Washington. They're not favorite president. We're just cool guy.
Cool guy.
Cool guy.
Favorite president? Lincoln and Teddy.
Huh.
That's I feel like most people's answer is one of those 2. If they're a pinko, FDR.
I feel like most average person, they're always going to say Ronald Reagan.
I said non-problematic.
Okay. So, anyways. Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hard not to like him. Freed the slaves.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be like, oh, actually, no.
Yeah.
No. And then they do the Frederick Douglass thing, like, oh, Frederick Douglass didn't like him. They made up later on.
Yeah.
They made up.
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass was pushing them harder.
Yeah.
So anyways, freed the slaves. Let's reanimate Lincoln's dead corpse.
Mm-hmm.
And they did.
Mm-hmm.
They built a robot man.
You know what's really interesting in the conversation about Robot Walt happening soon?
He'd be all over it, dude.
The gap between Walt dying and Robot Walt is almost the same as Lincoln dying and Robot Lincoln.
Walt Disney would have made a robot Walt Disney.
Probably.
Like that was next.
Yeah, probably.
Like he would probably have.
If he wasn't obsessed with reinventing traffic, he probably would have made Robot Walt.
He probably would have shoved Robot Walt in the Hall of Presidents to introduce the presidents.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He'd be all over Robot Walt, and they'd be like, "Well, it's not exactly like him," and he'd be like, "I don't care.
Yeah,
it's Robot me.
Yeah,
my own image."
Yeah.
So
he wasn't against the idea of things like the partner statue, was he?
I don't think so.
You know what my favorite fun fact is about the partner statue?
I know why it's there.
No.
Oh, what's your fun fact?
It's 2 inches taller.
Why?
Because he always wanted to be a little bit taller.
That's cute.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
He always was like self-conscious about his height. And so the partner statue is like 2 inches taller than he was in real life.
Do you know?
I invented a conspiracy theory about that.
Uh-huh.
That his entire body is embalmed within the statue in a 1 inch thick layer of copper.
That's not a conspiracy theory. We talked about that episode that's coming up.
Truth.
But we'll come back to that
Yeah.
in a future episode.
Yes.
But you know why the partner statue's there, right?
Why?
Because at some point, Disney did some weird go to the fair type deal and shoved a Ferris wheel in the hub. And the Imagineers were like, that's never happening again. So they put
I forgot about that.
So they put a statue of
He
Walt
did do
Disney
that.
and Mickey Mouse. And they're like, they'll never move this one. Jeff, you got your feetsies over here.
The table's smaller than it lets on. I thought I had room.
Matthew's is the same thing. But
I like stretching my knees out.
stretch them that way.
Shut up.
So, partner statue, Walt Disney. I don't think he'd have a problem with the animatronic Walt. But yeah, he built a robot man.
But yeah,
didn't work very well at 1st, but eventually it did. And I kind of feel how impactful it was when I watched the show when Lincoln stands.
Yeah, when Lincoln stands up, it
It's a
does
big
kind of
moment.
hit different.
Where you're like, you know it's old, but history matters.
Yeah.
And this robot man stands up and delivers a speech.
It's easy to understand a robot man who is sitting because you're like, oh, all the computers in his butt, all the wires and tubes and robot blood, they're all going through the seat. And then he stands and it's like, whoa, he disconnected. He unplugged.
Oh, we have an over-under bet of 4 steps for Walt Disney. We're going 3. That's the Trammin special right here. 3.
Let me really imagine what 4 steps is.
4 is a lot of steps. You're not imagining. You're taking 4 steps. This is not imagination anymore. See, 3?
4's a lot.
3, you go to the chalkboard. But 4, you're going on a trip at this point. I think it's 3.
Yeah.
The theory is he's going to get up from his desk and not walk. But I think they want him to walk.
I think so.
Lincoln stood so Walt could walk. Dude, walk in Walt's footsteps. Whole new meaning. So, built the robot man. But at the same time, you wanted, this was a really big sticking point for you. Mary Poppins.
Because of how deeply, heavily involved in that he was.
Why was he so obsessed with it?
He had been obsessed with it since his daughters were little kids, since like the 30s.
Is it
So those
just
books
because-
are old.
Is it just because he wants to make his kids happy?
Yeah, I mean, that's the story.
Hmm.
I think it's real. I buy it. I think at a certain point it became about pride. I think at a certain point it became about wanting what you can't have.
They kind of touch on that in the movie.
They kind of do, but not enough.
Dude, they're not going to make Walt Disney look bad. Right?
They did some things that do make him look less than good.
Yeah.
Like they touch on his God complex. They touch on
The smoking.
the smoking.
Which I think,
they touch on his pride.
you know what? I think if,
Touching on the God complex, I think, is the most surprising thing in that
the
movie.
smoking, I think if, I'm not like, oh, what would Walt want? I'm not one of those guys. But if
You
he
know
saw
why he's
it,
pointing with 2 fingers
Yeah.
in the statue? Cigarette.
I think if he saw that, his whole thing was he didn't want him to look like
He didn't want to
enjoying-
glamorize smoking.
Yeah, but if they show like, oh, Walt's putting it out,
Probably
like,
would
okay.
have been fine with
yeah,
it.
okay. But I don't know if he'd yell at anyone for that one. But anyways, he really wanted.
I think at its core, he wanted it for his kids. At a certain point, after 15 years of being told no, he wanted what he couldn't have.
So was it Was the animation in there a big deal? Getting the penguins to dance? Or was
Define
it
big deal.
Was that tough for them? No, right?
For who? Who's them?
Walt Disney. Or you
For Walt Disney, easy as
draw it on the film, right?
squeezy. No, do you not know how they did it?
No, how'd they do it?
Oh, I'm gonna send you a real good video from Corridor. It's like this weird because they have this thing. It's this special type of prism made out of sodium.
Oh, I have seen this.
Because it's how you get the chroma key so perfect. Because like her lace on her dress.
I've seen this. I've seen this video.
Is
great video.
It's so good because it like lace and sheer fabrics are semi-transparent. They're like translucent. They're opaque.
So getting that green out of there is impossible.
It's impossible to do. And yet, for this movie in 1963, they nail it.
Because they didn't chroma key it.
They didn't chroma key it.
They just filmed it.
They filmed it with like a funny light bulb.
Yeah.
With a funny light bulb and a funny rock in front of the film. That's all they did. And it's so incredible. And it's this technique that until the Corridor video just stopped existing. Because we found chroma key. We were like, oh, we can just like do it on one color and take the color out. And that's way easier. It's also way worse.
So
But it's so much easier that it justifies the quality drop. Because there's a lot of very particular, where there is color science in chroma key, there's material science in the sodium light.
But anyways, he's making Mary Poppins.
Doing some pretty revolutionary stuff with it.
That'll just help you, I think, because you're going back.
Yeah.
So built the robot, did the World's Fair stuff, the cars.
Built a robot and then said, you know what? I want 90 more robots.
Talking about the birds or pirates?
Talking about pirates.
Pirates has always been like this crazy, like, I don't think people realize there's a million of these things.
So many robots on pirates.
And they're all doing different things.
They're all doing so many different things.
They all have their own voices.
They all have voice lines. Haunted Mansion is a little easier because Haunted Mansion, you have a lot of like gags and pop-ups and an arm doing a thing.
And just spinning statues.
Or floating crap.
They're not animatronic.
They're more on platforms with like one articulation. Pirates, for the most part, all robots.
Yeah.
The man built one robot and said, I could do it 90 more times.
Yeah. He had trouble getting Link in a stand. And then they're just like, yeah, we're going to do the whole ride.
And they're like, they get Link in a stand and they're like, hey, we got that. Surely we can do less than that.
Yeah, this one's going to move his leg.
This is going to move his leg. This is going to lean back.
Yeah. This one's going to play the accordion.
Play the accordion. This is easy.
Well, no, they kind of move their bodies when they do that too.
But they're standing still.
Yeah.
They're not changing their center balance.
Yeah.
That's the incredible part about Lincoln is the center of balance changes.
Dude, I feel like they, for many just periods of time, just stopped developing animatronics.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of got it right.
But think of what we have now. We probably could have had that 20 years ago, man.
Yeah, probably.
Because right now, the big thing is they use little mini servos instead of pneumatics.
Yeah.
But
here's the thing. We could have had what we have now then. It would have been loud as hell.
But think of what we'd have now.
You never worked there, and you've never stood next to one of these sons of guns.
You talking about like Hondo?
No.
He's got the ones in his face.
No, I'm talking about the old ones.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about like the ones on the rivers of America. I'm talking about the ones in Mansion. They're freaking loud. And that's with a couple pneumatics.
So
you jam these things full of them, which you could have.
No.
They had small, precise ones back then, but they were freaking loud.
But no. What I'm saying is like Hondo doesn't have pneumatics.
Right.
He's electrical.
Right.
We could have had electrical Hondo 20 years ago.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to admit something right now. This happens all the time, and I guarantee a lot of people listening this happens too. You said 20 years ago, and I thought early 80s.
Oh, I'm talking about the 2000s.
No, I know. Yeah, I know now.
Yeah.
But you said 20 years ago, my brain said early 80s.
No, we would have had...
No, we totally had electronics.
Dude, Walt would be wandering the park right now. If he...
Ooh, we couldn't have a Wanderbot. We couldn't have Itchy and Scratchy Land.
Why not?
Terminator.
He'd do it, though. He would do it. He would have animatronic cast members if he could. Don't have to pay him.
Well,
He'd have animatronics fixing other animatronics.
Deeply anti-labor practice.
I know.
Anti-labor rights.
But he would have done it. And then we would have
think he would have made robots that fix robots?
Yeah, and that's
he
where,
could've?
that's where Terminator comes from.
That's where Terminator comes
But
in.
he would, dude.
When a robot can fix a robot can make a robot.
Yeah.
I want that.
But anyways, not even anyways. He was doing the robot stuff.
But he was full bore on robots.
So, yeah, he did Pirates. He did Haunted Mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, cool, theme parks. But my real passion, cities.
Because he already solved theme parks. Then he got a new challenge with robot, and then he solved robot.
Solved theme parks. Disneyland's the best theme park. I
made a microcosm of civilization. I want to make macrocosm.
So I want to ask you a silly question just based off of a group text.
Mm-hmm.
Is Grinchmas better than Disneyland Christmas?
To what I have been... Man, this has been eating you, hasn't it? To what I have been
Our
described,
dear friend Matthew.
To what I have been described, I am more excited about it.
You haven't seen Grinchmas?
Never.
The problem is you're still at Universal Studios.
Yeah, but
and
also...
Grinchmas is like in the town square, and that's it.
But it's kind of all over.
Not
It's
really.
still Christmas at Universal.
Yeah, but you're also just like up on the hill.
Yeah, I like
That's the problem with Universal.
that.
The sky is there.
It's cool.
Final tangent question.
You just said the sky is there as if it were a bad thing.
Okay, final tangent question for this tangent. I heard a comment that Irvine is a desert with office buildings, right?
Terrible city. Glad I left.
It's a desert with office buildings. The sky is too close. Kimmy's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, the sky's too close.
It's the claustrophobia.
Yeah. From the
Irvine,
sky.
despite how big and spread out it is, Irvine is a very claustrophobic area.
But even when you're out in the open, the sky is too close.
I get what you're cooking. It's the most schizophrenic thing you've ever said.
Weird.
But I get you.
The sky is too close.
Yeah.
And the elevation's not high.
No.
I'm going to Mammoth.
You're
It's
fairly
8,000
close.
feet
You're
there.
fairly close to sea level in Irvine.
Yeah. But the sky's too
It's
close.
a claustrophobic area.
I think it's the way the sun reflects off of the desert makes the sky feel
No, I
good.
think it's just a cursed city. I think it's just a cursed city built by devils.
Irvine Company, not too far. It's
I said
scary.
what I said.
It's scary.
It's
Anyways.
a cursed city built by devils. And
Shout out to Lake Forest, though. I like Lake Forest.
Lake Forest can...
No, just stop. Oh, you're in that. That's not even. That's like RSM Lake Forest, dude. I'm talking about the other Lake Forest off the 5.
Yeah, the part that I lived in?
That's
Foothill Ranch Lake Forest?
That's far Lake Forest. I'm talking about chill suburbs Lake Forest off of Lake Forest Drive and Bake.
Like by El Toro?
Yeah.
Oh, like where yeah.
That's like chill Lake Forest. It's just suburbs, dude. It's just normal people.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
It's not built by devils, is what I'm saying.
No, it's not built by devils. Foothill Ranch is built by devils.
It was a little weird when I was there. There's something off. Something off. It's
You
quiet.
never came to the old house, did you? It's too quiet. You know why? Because it's right next to the ravine.
Is there another house?
Do you not know that I moved like 2 weeks ago?
I helped you move.
You did help me move. Oh, so you have been
And
to the
he's
old house.
forgotten.
You have been. In
I
my
drove
defense,
2 hours.
Do you know how many times I slept that week? Twice.
I drove 2 hours.
I slept twice that week.
I should ask you to bring the truck straps that I bought.
I can't believe I didn't bring the truck straps. Wait, no, they're in my car.
Sweet. Anyways,
They've been in my car
Sky's too-
since that day.
Sky's too close in Irvine.
Yeah.
Is that the potential to be like some groundbreaking episode?
Yeah. I want to make it clear that all of these tangents have been you. You brought up Deviltown.
Because
You brought up group chat.
you brought up solving theme parks.
This is you're not going to turn this around on me. So the man solved theme parks. And then he says, you know what else sucks?
Cities. Traffic.
Traffic. Cars. Traffic. Roads.
You really hated cars.
hated cars. Kind of based.
He'd be all over that subreddit.
Kind of based. He'd be all over F-Cars for sure. There's very few things that'll make me say Walt Disney based. His hatred for cars, up there.
So
wants to figure out a society that is as non-car dependent as possible.
but cars are still allowed.
Cars are still allowed
He's
because he
realistic.
recognizes that they are a vital requirement.
The cars are freedom. That's the problem.
Yes.
Roads are prison,
Yes.
but cars are freedom.
Yes. So where do you put the roads? If you need roads, where does any rational thinking American put the roads? That's right, under your whole damn city. Freak. We're in freak zone. Epcot's a terrible idea, and it's the ramblings of a dying brain.
So if people don't know, the true Epcot experimental prototype community / city of tomorrow was Walt Disney's idea of an entirely planned city.
I'm going to reinvent city.
Go watch. If you don't know what this is at all, pause. Go watch Defunctland.
Watch the Funkland.
It's insane.
And if you really want like the real, watch the Epcot film. It's shorter than Defunctland.
He kind of puts it in the Defunctland film, though.
He kind of does, but it's shorter than Defunctland. Like
But-
if you want it straight from the horse's mouth, if you want to hear it so crazy
Okay.
coming out of his mouth,
But when he says it, you kind of believe him.
no, I think, whoa, he's cooked.
Hmm.
His goose is boiled. His pumpkin is rotten.
Not making a stew out of that pumpkin. Armenians are not dancing.
You crack
around
that
it.
dome open, it's all stew up there, baby.
Yeah.
Nothing in there.
So, yeah, he wanted.
Armenians, pumpkin stew?
We have a song about a pumpkin.
Whoa.
It's a whole meme on Trammin. I've told Rain about it.
Yeah?
Like, it's a song about this wonderful pumpkin that we've made a stew out of. It's a dish that we eat. I don't know if I've ever actually had it. And but there's the song, the whole crux of the song is that we only have one of the pumpkins, but there's 100 people there. Like there's a line, Haidud Hoki Meg Tatum, like 100 people and only one pumpkin. What are we gonna do? And then we just go and then we just sing about the pumpkin.
What's
and we
going
dance
on in the
circle.
desert, man? What
Dude.
even happens there? What even goes on in the desert? Who
A
knows?
genocide, but you had to go there. But we are dancing
You had
around
to
the
be-
pumpkin.
I can't believe you had to be
No,
there.
you had to go. Like you took us there.
Me? I did not take you there. I did not invoke.
No, we like the French, not you guys.
Are you talking about the Italians?
No.
You're
No.
talking about me, Jeff Yoakum.
Jeff, yes.
Jeff Yoakum invoked Armenian genocide is what you're saying.
You said what's going on in the desert? We weren't in the desert, dude. We're in the mountains. The desert is where they took us.
I see.
Derzor.
Yeah?
That's what it's called.
Ooh.
Don't ooh.
You said
Million
it-
Armenians died
You
there.
said it cool.
It's a word in Armenian.
You
It's a
said
name.
it cool. I'm going to say ooh
A
when you
lot
say
of Armenian
word
words
cool.
are cool.
Shut up.
Give me a word. Any word.
Horse.
And I show you
Horse.
that the root of that word
Horse.
is Greek. Horse is Armenians are rusty. Hold on.
Oh my God.
How many times have I referred to a horse in Armenian?
All the time.
Hold on. I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Hold on. I'm going to look it up, but I will pronounce it correctly.
You better say it cool.
Oh, I'll say it cool. I just forgot the word. My mom's yelling at me right now. Horse in Armenian. Oh, it's just, you're going to hate this. See.
See?
See.
See?
That's it.
Okay.
You need a better one. Although Tsiavor is a horseman
Ooh, all right. Okay. What about the
or a cavalier.
farmer?
Farmer? It's funny. When I hear them, they all come back to me. I don't speak much Armenian. Not available. Let's see. We don't have farmer.
That can't be. Like, no, hunter-gatherer. We need to have a farmer.
Anyways, Jeff, we got,
Back on topic.
yeah.
The man is so obsessed with reinventing city. And the thing I find so deeply fascinating about that.
Sorry, I have it now.
I'm trying to stay on topic.
Horakords, which means like dirt worker.
There's so much throat in that one.
Horakords. Dirt worker.
Dirt worker goes crazy.
Hor is dirt.
Uh-huh.
Kords is a person whose line of work that is.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah.
So I think about combining these things a lot, and it's like,
Cities.
do you get ideas? Do you get the dementia rattled brain that invents Epcot if you don't have a movie you've been trying to make for 15 years, an expansion of a theme park,
Cigarettes.
and
Really should have called
The
it
World's
Walt's
Fair.
Dying Wishes, huh? I just didn't want to be as...
morbid.
No, I'm going to be
But
morbid with
do
the
you
next
get
one.
that rotten dementia brain if you don't have all that other crap on your plate?
Brain activity prevents dementia, though. If he was just sitting on his money, maybe it would have rotted even quicker. I know this sounds really crass, but like seriously,
No. Like I'm
they say,
genuinely trying to think through
like you
because by this point in his life, insane person.
because like you put
We are God complex in full swing. He thinks he can make a better world, and not in a figurative way.
So-
It's Walt Disney wants to dream of a better world is figurative until 1964, and then he loses his damn marbles.
yeah, he tries to build a city,
He thinks he can literally build a better world.
and they had to tell him you can't remodel people's houses whenever you want.
Wants to remodel people's homes. Wants
To
to
fit
put
the
in.
theme.
He wants people's homes to be an attraction.
Yeah,
To say he wants the house of tomorrow to be a real house you live in.
and then everyone gets a new oven when there's a new one.
You get a new oven.
But
you
I
are
like
living,
my oven.
You're
No.
living on lease.
Yeah,
You're living on lease. The
the joke is we have those Disney living communities now, but
but they're not that.
yeah,
These are just houses that are themed.
no. The club house is themed, and the houses are just
I've seen the interiors. There's some Mickey Mouses all over the place.
yeah. But
Some like tile work.
so here's my thing that I was thinking about earlier, and I think I've mentioned this before. Did Walt Disney preserve his image by dying?
Yes.
Like Elon Musk was really cool until he wasn't.
If Epcot happened, Walt would have been remembered as a maniac freak who crushed his legacy. Epcot would have been his megalopolis.
Ooh.
Epcot would have been, I mean this in every sense of the word. For those that have seen it, megalopolis, what the hell? For those that haven't, it's Francis Ford Coppola. We know Francis Ford Coppola. Godfather, Apocalypse Now, renowned filmmaker, one of the best of all time. He's got this movie he's been trying to make for 20 plus years, and nobody wants to make it. And nobody really knows why, but he wants to make it, and nobody will. Finally, he is able to self-fund it. He's saved up for a long time. He's worked on it little bits here and there. And then he says, you know what? I'm going to sell my winery. I'm going to sell the Francis Ford Coppola Winery, one of the most successful, widely reaching wineries that there are.
I've always found it tacky.
Tacky, but successful.
Yeah, well, because it's like Snoop Dogg's wine. Makes money because people buy it because they know who he is.
No. Coppola Winery is like kind of pretty good. The Snoop Dogg wine is funny because it's got Snoop Dogg on it. The
Snoop
Coppola
Dogg wine
one
is juice.
The Coppola one is like respectable.
It's Costco wine.
It's better than that. Anyways,
You buy it at Costco.
Sells it to make this movie, and it is the fattest effing stinker I've ever seen in my goddamn life. It does things wrong in ways I didn't know a movie could. It's bad in ways I've never witnessed. It's like, you know how Citizen Kane is regarded as this movie that did everything right on accident?
Mm-hmm.
This is a movie that does everything wrong on purpose. And I genuinely believe Francis Ford Coppola's reputation as a filmmaker is permanently damaged because of it. That is what Epcot would have been. Walt Disney, the filmmaker, Walt Disney, the theme park mogul. All of these things go down the drain if Epcot happens. I think it is a thing that would have turned into a ramshackle situation. I think it is a thing that people would have hated. Because you got to remember, this is back in an era when, like, he wasn't regarded as, like, a visionary. There weren't people dying to live in a Disney house.
No, there weren't, like, Disney adults, all that kind of stuff. Yet.
No, it would have been, who the hell do you think you are?
Well, they told him that.
And he would have done it. He would have just done it. He would have found some workaround because God Complex was in full swing. He would have gone to some government official and said, hey, I want to do this. Here's $10 trillion because I'm Walt effing Disney.
Did you see his airport idea?
Of course I saw the airport idea.
It was crazy.
Airports were a solved thing by this point.
And I'm going to make
Airports
it round.
were so solved that we were making rocket airplanes. We were making the Concorde by this point. We've got airports so figured out as a civilization that we're doing funny things with airplanes. He's like, no, I can't have a normal airport. I have to reinvent the airport. Man, F off. Like, it's so gross. I think really that's the theme of this point in his life is unchecked God complex. Not to armchair psychoanalyze, but like he thinks he can do everything. Thinks he should do everything. Thinks he has been put on this earth to do these things.
This is where my inspiration for the other episode comes from.
That being?
Like, all this stuff, maybe it could just be in this one. All the stuff he was doing was like crazy tech company stuff.
He was a tech bro before tech bros.
I think he would have built a tech company. And Disney, I mean...
Disney at the time very much was a tech company.
Disney is a tech company.
Yeah.
They're just not good at certain things. But like MKBHD did that video. We talked about it here.
Mm-hmm.
And they have all this crazy stuff going on. They had a system to track, and it kind of works this way in Walt Disney World, track people as they move and go through doors and know where they are. And, you know, Magic Band Plus famously took so long here because they had to remove the tracking features because they're illegal in California.
Yeah.
You can't track a moving person passively. So...
Disney's a tech company with a really good front.
And really bad at software.
Yeah.
What's up with that app?
What's up with the app, dude?
But what more would he have done? You know?
We've done internet.
Wedcom.
What
was Wedcom?
Wedcom was like, it was closed circuit TV for data transfer. Or file transfer.
Uh-huh.
Because you did have digital data storage back then. Very rudimentary.
Magnetic tapes.
Mostly magnetic tapes, but transferable. It would have been a series of either fiber optic or copper wires to just read the ones and zeros off of magnetic tape. Because magnetic tape's ones and zeros.
Everything's ones and zeros.
Oh, except analog formats aren't.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Magnetic tape is a digital format.
Yeah. Okay. I thought you were saying like it's a special digital thing that's ones and zeros. I'm like,
no, it's
Jeff.
the most rudimentary ones and zeros.
Okay.
And you would read ones and zeros off of magnetic storage, send those on-off signals. That's all ones and zeros are, is electricity, no electricity, electricity, no electricity. Send that over a copper line to somewhere else in the city. Blip, there it is on a monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Internet with 8 trillion wires. But a closed internet.
Intranet.
Yeah, an intranet. And it would have been for, I know that the ones that are documented are like medical records would have been, school systems would have been. there was a thing for like an intercom between homes or within homes, if I'm not mistaken, was part of it. Or at least for hospitals and schools, and like public service buildings would have had like intercoms and radio systems, all through this WEDCOM concept.
And he just wanted all this.
Because in theory, it could have been done. His whole thing at this point was like, if it can be done in theory, it can be done in practice. Go figure it out. I will throw money at it because I'm Walt effing Disney. I will throw money at it until it works.
You know what's funny? You said, it's a tech company with a good front.
Yeah.
The front, this just sounds like saying, if you can dream it, you can.
Oh, I'm taking if you can dream it, you can do it and making it very ugly. But that's because if you can dream it, you can do it is intentionally clean.
Yeah.
If you can dream it, you can do it is an ugly concept.
Why is that?
I think you can will something into existence, but you have to fight it to exist.
Are you talking on an individual level or is like as a society company?
As an individual. Which that's what Walt Disney was. Walt Disney making WEDCOM is not as a society. That is an individual project.
Yeah, but that wasn't like this, like, if I say I'm going to be the president, I am. This is, we're in the real world and we can make the thing because we've come up with the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's bad.
I didn't say it's bad. It's just ugly.
But why? Like, why not do the thing? Having control over the thing is where it gets ugly.
Bingo. Because he doesn't want to do it for the greater good. It has his name in it. If it was for the greater good, it wouldn't have his name in it.
It wouldn't. If all this went on to be the tech company, it wouldn't be I know he loves his name, but it wouldn't be like the Walt Disney Company. I think it'd be WED Enterprises for everything.
Still his freaking name.
Yeah.
Still Walter Elias Disney.
And Enterprises is so.
Enterprise is cool.
WED Enterprise is still a cool name.
Really cool name. There's no more enterprises. Was Vandalay an enterprise or was that an industry?
Vandalay Industries, I think.
Was it Industries?
Yeah.
Damn. Are you checking?
I'm checking Vandalay Industries. Specializing in manufacturing, export, and sales or latex products. Established 1992 in Manhattan, New York. They have a LinkedIn.
I thought they were importer-exporter. Wait. They do manufacturing? I thought he was an importer-exporter.
Of latex products.
I remember latex products, yeah.
Yeah. Someone, wholesale import-export.
There it is.
It's a LinkedIn page. VandalayInd.com. But anyways, so if you can dream it, you could do it. He wanted to do it. He wanted control over it.
And just like, it's where it becomes, it's like, hey, think about it in the modern sense. Your medical records will be managed by the Walt Disney Company.
Amazon.
Exclusively.
Dude, Amazon One, the health.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think that's ontologically evil. I think you can provide affordable healthcare in a bad way.
Yeah.
You can do a good thing wrong.
He wanted the whole thing.
Yeah.
All of it. Every single thing.
God complex.
Huh. What a crazy world we would have lived in.
And that's the funniest thing about friggin' for everything that saying Mr. Banks whitewashes. Including that line where he's like talking about how big that tree is in Adventureland.
It's been a while.
He's talking about the tree in Adventureland. He's like, they got a tree with 4 million leaves, 3 million flowers. They say only God can make a tree. And then he gets cut off. But it's like, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
Is this the tree house?
To say the tree house. To say I built a tree with 5 million flowers and then follow it with, they say only God can do that. But so did I. Like, wow. For as much as that movie whitewashes, I think it is crazy to include that line.
I think they kind of got away with it because they had a production company was technically in charge of the movie.
Yeah, it's not technically a Disney film.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Even though it was shot entirely in Disneyland. It is distributed by Walt Disney Pictures.
I think they just had to get some approvals from Disney in exchange for. It's like, we're going to make this movie whether you like it or not. We want to shoot in Disneyland, but you can kind of have us remove some things if you let us.
They shot it in Burbank too at the studio.
Yeah.
Most of it was shot at the studio.
Which makes sense.
But yeah, like.
But he did get his movie.
He got his movie.
He got his movie.
Which only furthered the I can do anything.
Yeah, he got his movie. He got his Lincoln.
Got his Lincoln.
Eventually, we got the Hall of Presidents.
Mm-hmm. Got his World's Fair.
Yeah.
He got to be so cemented on American culture that he was part of the Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
He
brought the children of the world together.
A vision of world peace. How much of a god do you think you are?
The children
that
of the
you
world,
can
dude.
present a world peace demonstration. Say, hey, everybody, I fixed it. Me. I did that. And I'm going to take it home and put it in my backyard. I'm not going to leave it in some public space. I'm going to put it in my backyard. Is this the most anti-Disney episode that's happened?
We should have just called this episode Walt Disney's God Complex.
Is it too late to put a little like halo over the partner statue on the thumbnail? No, don't do that. That sucks.
No, we'd have to put him like. We'd have to have him. You know the what's it called?
Oh yeah,
Adam is
the
Mickey,
creation of Adam.
But Adam is Mickey.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but like we can't do that. That's,
so much effort.
yeah, or artificial intelligence, which I'm not doing.
Ugh.
But let's talk about that.
No, but like really, that's the thing about this era. I think that's the through line in thinking that he can do all of this. Or no, doing all of it is because he thinks he can. And in most depictions of this period, you don't have all of the overlap. Because you go beyond when he dies, and this is where it'll be a different episode. You go beyond when he dies to the implementation of everything he thought of. Haunted Mansion, Tomorrowland 67, the continuing story of Epcot, the continuing story of Magic Kingdom.
He didn't care about Magic Kingdom, I feel.
That's
I'm not the first to
probably
say this either.
the back burnerest one out of all of them. But it's still there.
But like, okay, I think it was the airport video for Defunctland. You watched it, right?
Yeah.
Where you're just like, it just says theme park.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a theme park here
And
too.
it's the exact map from Disneyland.
Yeah. It's just like, we'll throw the theme park here so there's something for people
It's
to do.
the most Disneyland forward thing they've done. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like where it's just like we're just gonna like stamp stuff that fits. That's what that is.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about that period, there's this interview I saw with this old woman who was a reporter for the Florida Sun or the Florida Herald, some newspaper in Florida. And this is back at the time when a lot of land in Orlando was getting bought up and nobody knew why and nobody knew from who. And there were some rumors that it was Disney because it was similar to how land was bought in California, where it was just in various parcels becoming one big landmass. And so she interviews him, and this is at a time when Orlando isn't a thing. Orlando's swampland. It's just Central Florida. So she's interviewing Walt for something unrelated, and she goes, there's all these rumors about land being bought up. That wouldn't happen to be you, would it? And he immediately just says, no. Why would I buy land in Orlando? Why would I ever put a theme park in Orlando? The weather's terrible. Nobody travels there. And he goes on and on. And she's just like, why would you know that? Why would you call it something nobody calls it? Why would you know about the weather? Why would you know about how often people travel there? And she just got him because he just showed his whole hand by admitting to knowing too much. And it's such a funny thing that I think he's just so distracted by everything else that the facade falls.
And he's doing everything else
Mm-hmm.
to bring it all together at some point.
At some point.
Where the Mustang cars turns into a people mover.
Mm-hmm.
The animatronics could be his
Ford's in his pocket forever. General Electric's in his pocket forever. Just like Monsanto already. Monsanto is already such a partner at this point because of everything in the past. He wants another Monsanto. He wants Ford. He wants GE.
The sad thing about Monsanto, too, I think Monsanto works into the God complex.
Oh, absolutely.
So the thing about Monsanto, they didn't have to be evil.
Mm-mm.
Their mission statement and what it could be.
Monsanto on paper is kind of a beautiful thing.
Like, hey, we could just make seeds that grow everywhere forever.
Monsanto on paper could have been
you could have
world
all
peace.
the nutrients you want.
Could have solved hunger.
Here you go. And then it's like,
You know what Monsanto did to Haiti, right?
no,
About the corn?
no.
Or maybe it wasn't corn. Monsanto sold Haiti seeds for something.
They kill all the other things.
The things it produced did not make seeds.
No, that's all of Monsanto.
Oh, well, that wasn't really known at the time.
Oh, no, the whole point of them is our products don't make seeds. You got to buy the seeds from us, but they're improved this year.
Yeah. And that was to Haiti when Haiti was destroyed. The last person you should do it to is someone who just suffered
Well, that's
an ecological crisis nationwide.
it's the only seeds Monsanto has.
Then
they don't have
Then if you're
regular
Monsanto,
seeds.
you don't offer it.
Yeah. But
You don't make that offer if you're Monsanto.
But it's this like, we can just provide all the food forever.
Yeah.
You know, all in one place.
It's the most ontologically evil humanitarian organization. Because in theory, they could just solve world hunger.
Yeah.
But they do it in the most evil way possible.
So he got his agriculture in.
Mm-hmm.
He worked on transportation.
Mm-hmm.
He
got his mark on culture.
He was like,
on art.
he
Already
was,
done.
He was using Ford to kill Ford.
How so?
He's building people movers.
People movers were extremely domestic. Extremely hyper-local.
Not kill them like I need to kill Ford.
Ford doesn't make a car to go to the grocery store. Ford makes a car to drive 150 miles.
Right. That was the whole thing back then. Right. Michelin and all that.
Nobody cares if you're going down the street.
Yeah.
The people mover doesn't impact Ford.
So he's got Ford in, GE to make everything else,
Mm-hmm.
and the robots to be the labor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to build a city.
Mm-hmm.
I do think the animatronics would have worked in all that.
You think you would have had like what's her name from the Jetsons? You think is the path he was going on?
For sure. Why wouldn't he want that? If he said all he said about labor. So here's the thing.
Robot maid.
Robot maid.
What's
This-
her name? Was it Rosie?
I have no idea. I used to watch, but like, you know. Here, you want me to look it up?
George Jetson.
Rosie the
Jane,
robot.
his wife.
You got it. So
Daughter Judy. His boy Elroy.
right in.
When's the last time you've heard the theme song of the Jetsons? Because it's crazy.
Didn't know that that's what it was.
Yeah. And it's just a lot of like, between that, a lot of just like hyper mid-century interludes.
So the robot labor.
Can I show you this? Do you care?
Don't do copyright stuff right now.
The Jetsons, I think
They'll get- no, dude.
it might actually be public domain.
I know. Dude, Steamboat Willie just got public domain.
I'm pretty sure television and film are different, question mark?
No, it's just copyright law.
Okay, then I'll show you this after.
Like books and stuff are the same. So you good, Jeff?
Well, now that's stuck in my head. It's a catchy little ditty.
So Disney announced their new AI initiative.
Yeah.
You would have loved this crap, dude.
No, it's deeply anti-art. I think if the man maintains his passion about one thing, it's artistic integrity. He doesn't like paying for it.
Wasn't he he was already reusing animations.
Oh, because it was cheap, but it was still something it was something real. Made by a person that reflected reality.
The person made the AI. I think he would
No,
do
but
it.
AI doesn't reflect reality.
AI only learns from reality. It doesn't.
Yeah, but
know
it's an
anything.
amalgam. It's a.
You don't think he'd make his own AI? It got to his head, dude.
Disney intelligence,
Disney intelligence.
Apple intelligence, Disney intelligence. I think he tries to do something like that. I think there's a world.
Right?
There's a world where he tries to do something like that. There's a world where Wacom's AI, Terminator.
I'm telling you, dude. I think because he can make the AI in his own image. If he could upload his brain to AI, dude,
Do you
he
think
would.
Do you
He
think
would live
Walt Disney would
forever.
Cave Johnson himself?
Which one's that?
Portal 2.
I haven't played Portal 2.
What the hell?
Only Portal 1.
You son of a...
I only have PlayStation.
It came out 15 years ago.
On what?
Everything.
PlayStation?
Yes.
Portal.
Brother, it's on the Switch.
Portal 2. Portal 2 website.
Portal 2 is on everything, you dope.
Portal 2. Where's like,
How have you not played Portal 2?
where can I buy it? Portal 2.
Everywhere.
Portal 2. Xbox 360.
Yeah, it's on.
It's on PlayStation.
Yes.
PlayStation.
Yes, it is.
Let's see. PlayStation. Let's see. No, it was on PS3, dude. Stuck forever.
Oh my God. You can get it on this.
But I'm not gonna play a game on here.
Play it on there. Portal 2 is a perfect video
This is
game.
my computer.
Uninstall it after it's done. You
I
can
don't
play it in a
games
weekend.
on my computer.
Play it one time.
I don't
It is a perfect video game. It is the
It honestly probably won't work on here.
yes, it
It's
would.
Apple Silicon.
It would. There's very few games that have been optimized for everything. Portal 2 is one of them.
Anyways, so I think he would.
You have a Switch, don't you?
I hate it.
Just effing play it on there.
I turn on twice a year.
Just play Portal 2. I'm not asking.
We'll see.
Chat right in about how good Portal 2
No,
is.
there's no chat. They don't even know what that means.
Audience, write in about how good Portal 2 is. I know that at least 5 of you out there have played Portal 2, and write in about how it is a perfect game, maybe one of the best ones to ever be made. It did everything right. It did everything right. It is the perfect length of a game. It is so perfectly paced. It is so, like, the mechanics are so refined. Oh my God. What's his name? J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I know it. I know.
He's in it.
Got it.
He's the CEO of Aperture.
Okay.
Cave Johnson is his name.
I want to play that game that they put on the Steam Deck that's like in the universe.
It's cute.
Anyways,
Play Portal 2.
Walt-
Not an ask. A tell.
Walt Disney. His last wishes. What would have happened to the Epcot project had he lived?
I think he goes over everyone's head. He goes to the Florida government.
Like forgets his advisors.
Oh yeah, nuts to them.
But how does he force the Imagineers to do it? Somehow he gets animators to do everything.
Pay raises. Throws money at it.
He'll throw money at people if he can get what he wants.
It's sort of like, you know how they built the pyramids?
Not with slaves.
You throw enough money and human suffering at anything and it'll happen.
Yeah, people are like, how'd they do it? I'm like, lots of people, man.
Lots of money, lots of human suffering.
And-
You throw
and-
enough money and human suffering at anything and it'll happen.
Also ramps.
Also ramps. You dumb idiot monkey brain.
I love
dumb
when people
people.
like, they haven't figured it out. I'm like, no, they did. There's a line across
There's a
the
line
pyramid.
right there. Ramps.
Ramps.
You stupid piece of crap. It's ramps.
Is it possible that the ancient astronauts...
Oh, astronauts. Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Giorgio A. Tsoukalos, my God
Dude.
King. I worship
Have you
at your
seen him
throne.
recently? He has more necklaces.
Yeah, he's got more, against all odds, he's got more necklaces. He makes good tweets from now and then.
Okay, so he would have built.
I think it would have happened. I think he would have attempted
What would have
it.
happened?
He would have.
What would we have gotten out of it?
I think he would have bankrupted the company to make it happen. I think he was so hyper obsessed he would have bankrupted the company.
And then would it have been left deserted?
I think it would have
Half
deserted.
built?
It's like Celebration. He made Celebration.
I never watched the Celebration video, but it was cheaply made by some construction company. Disney backed
Celebration,
out.
yeah, that's what Epcot would have been. Epcot would have been Celebration, but with more weird crap.
So what was the point of Celebration?
I think
Just
the
say
point
I
of
built-
Celebration,
we bought a zoo, like
kinda, yeah. Celebration's a weird thing because what is the point?
people live next to your theme park,
Yeah,
and you have voters, but they already have voters.
yeah.
They have 9 voters in Reedy Creek,
Mm-hmm.
living in RVs or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have just tried to build Epcot. Bankrupted himself digging the holes. Actually, I guess they didn't dig a hole in Walt Disney World. They just built it on top. Right?
Yeah.
What are they called? Utilidor?
Utility corridor.
They built a ring and a line, and they were like, we're going to put cars under here.
Mm-hmm.
Really
The thing
thought
that
you could
really
do
blows
it.
my mind about the tunnels under Epcot is it wasn't one tunnel. It was like 3 tiers of tunnels.
You know what this is, right?
It was trucks, high-speed car, low-speed car.
We're going full circle here.
Yeah.
Back to World Expo
Oh, yeah.
and Mr. Beast.
Oh, yeah.
The line. The line is Epcot,
Yeah.
except in a line, which is way worse of an idea.
So much worse.
Yeah.
I think Epcot happens. It gets the company runs out of money and it gets abandoned. I think he would have done anything to make Epcot happen.
Just to have his own city.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't
Because
even
it's not
have
just his own city.
industry,
It's a city in his image.
a society. His own Babylon.
Yeah. His own megalopolis. Yeah, like genuinely. I believe that's what would have happened. It's such a deeply, deeply terrible idea.
It didn't have to be that complicated.
Or it becomes a company town.
Yeah, I was thinking Company Town earlier.
It somehow happens and he offers like free housing to the people who work on it. It becomes like a backdoor company town. Like he's not saying, come work for me and I will give you a house. It's come live for me and help me make it. Or come live here for free and help me make it.
When they were trying to do that remember when they tried to move Imagineering to Florida
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And they got in a big fight with Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty one-sided fight.
They destroyed them. People don't even realize that they destroyed them. Like, oh, they dissolved the thing. It's like they dissolved themselves like a day before. Anyways, we're not getting back into that story.
Portal 2 received critical acclaim for its gameplay, balanced learning curve, pacing, dark humor, writing, and acting. Like its predecessor, it has been described as one of the greatest video games ever made by numerous publications and critics.
Portal 2 does not run on Apple Silicon.
Do that thing.
It doesn't work.
The mirroring?
Oh, GeForce Now?
No, the other thing.
Parsec?
Yes.
So run on my work PC?
Yes. Please play. Use your Switch. Play Portal 2.
I hate the Switch.
I swear to God, I'll beat you to death with hammers.
I hate the Switch. The stinky Switch, dude.
Just play Portal 2. It's a game that came out in 2011.
And it's still going to run like garbage on
No,
Switch.
it runs fine. Shut up.
30?
Hold
I'm out.
on.
On the Switch?
Portal 2 Switch performance.
I don't know what happened to this episode. This is the megalopolis of Trammin.
No, this one's good.
This is just a silence that's being trimmed.
60.
I don't believe it.
It's also both portals.
Anyways. Yef. Re.
It runs at a locked 60.
Okay. So, anyways, my PS5 Pro is coming this Thursday.
Cool.
I'm going to be playing on that.
Cool. And before Thursday,
I'm going to downtown Disney and then packing.
and Wednesday, what are you doing?
I'm packing on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I clean my house before I go on a trip,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and then I sleep.
And your PS5 Pro is coming on Thursday?
I ship it to work. I'm so mad because I'm taking Monday off of work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would have been so great if it came Wednesday, and when I'm off Monday, I set it up. You know,
Or
like
planning.
it's not my fault. You know
You
whose
bought
fault it is? Halloween.
Mm.
Halloween threw everything off this year because I always go on Thursday.
Add it to the list.
Of
Reasons why Halloween sucks.
no, I like Halloween now.
Eh.
So, Walt Disney's Last Wishes. Let's bring it around town and close shop.
Walt Disney's final period is characterized by chaos and an unhealthy desire for greatness in so many different facets. It's a desire for perfection. To say it's not enough to do these things, I have to master them.
All of them.
All of them.
He wanted,
And I'm going to do them all at once.
to create the perfect system. Tron is about Walt Disney.
I could see that.
Tron Legacy.
Yeah, I could see that.
In there is our future. In there is our destiny. Epcot.
Yeah, man. I think that's what it comes down to. I think that's how you really characterize that last period of his life. In the World's Fair, a desire for one final mark on culture.
Well, yeah, and like what he did was he had everything done, or he was busy, and Pepsi called, and they wanted more. And one of
Mhm.
his dudes was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And then Walt Disney found out, and he's like, tell him yes. Why would you say no?
Yeah.
And he added another project, and that was Small World.
Because it just makes his resume look better.
Yeah.
His last mark on his family gets the movie he always wanted for his kids. His last mark on theme parks gets his expansions. Invents a new kind of robot
For America.
for America.
He recreates a president. The
Gets his mark on American history
Yeah.
by bringing Lincoln back from the dead. And gets his mark on civilization by reinventing what it means to be a city, what it means to be a suburb, what it means to be urban. He is a man who knows his time is running out. What is it that prompts that mortality scare? That I don't know. But something happened to him. And he suddenly is obsessed with... And this is a line from a Defunct Land video where it said he's a man obsessed with legacy. I think was a Kevin line.
Well, in the World's Fair episode, he mentioned, and I think there was a quote from Walt Disney. Walt Disney himself loved nostalgia.
Yeah.
Anyone who's like, they're just preying on our nostalgia, it's like, that was the point the whole time.
That was the point the whole time, and it was his own.
Yeah. Like, the carousel isn't for the kids. It's for you to remember how cool it was to go on a carousel when you were a kid. And now you could do that with your kids.
Yeah. Because that's where the Griffith Park carousel
You're
thing is.
gone, buddy, on the camera.
That's where the Griffith Park carousel thing is. It's not that he wants to make another one for his kids to ride. It's that he wants to recreate the experience he had watching them.
But that he didn't want to watch them. He wanted to be there with them. A better version.
Exactly. I could do it better. I'm Walt effing Disney.
What a crazy life.
Actually, kind of sad towards the end.
I'm still so curious what would have happened.
It would have been bad. I firmly believe it would have been real bad.
He wasn't a money guy. He didn't know what to do with it. His brother was the one.
You think his brother would have gotten out? You think his brother would have divorced from the company?
I think his brother would have beat the crap out of him at some point.
Yeah, you think so?
Dude, Walt Disney wanted to make the roof of the castle gold. And his brother was like, no.
Freak on a leash.
So he did have one, right? Is it actually gold, one of them? Plated?
All of them. All of the spires are gold.
I thought only one is.
Mm-mm.
Because Roy was like, dude, you can't.
He bought them all when Roy was out of town.
I thought he only did the one while Roy was out of town.
As far as I know, it's all of them. Also, do you know most of the lettering on all of the street signs in Main Street is gold? Like Photo Supply, Gibson Girl, how it's all gold lettering. That's all real gold. And that is true.
Yeah, I think there would have been some crazy. I think there would have. I literally mean
There would have been
a fist fight.
Whether a fist fight or a legal fight, there would have been an unrecoverable falling out between the two of them. That I firmly believe. And that's where I think the company enters an unrecoverable period. Because the company only works so long as both of them are there.
He was a Steve Jobs type in reverse because he was first. And I think people forget that's not entirely a good thing.
No.
You have to be crazy to be a visionary. You have to yell at people to get your things done.
But you got to have a Wozniak to get them to happen.
Yeah. And somehow that was Iwerks who fixed the Lincoln.
Who's the Wozniak here? Is it Iwerks or is it Roy?
It wasn't Roy. Roy was just Roy. Okay, what's crazy is Walt.
What kind of name was Iwerks? That's a crazy name.
But you know, okay, in the Defunctland video, Iwerks drew Mickey Mouse, and then he fixed the Abraham Lincoln animatronic. What an arc for this guy! Drawer, cartoonist to robotics expert.
The man built a robot.
No, he fixed the robot. Other people built the robot, and then they're like, get in here, make Lincoln stand.
Get in here. We gotta fix this robot." And he's like, "Man, I'm drawing comics.
Yeah.
The hell are you talking about?"
So, robots. What were we saying right before? Iwerks was a crazy name. Oh, right. The
Wozniak,
Eisner, and Frank Wells.
Yes,
Is Walt and Roy.
Yes,
Where when Frank Wells was gone, Eisner didn't know what to do with himself. Part of that was also he lost his friend.
Iger's pure Roy.
Yeah.
Iger's pure unadulterated Roy.
No. I think Iger had a transition to that.
You think Iger was a good guy at some point?
Good guy, I don't know, but he was a creative guy.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. And then he smelled the money. It happens to everyone. It's crazy.
You know what they say about absolute power? It corrupts absolutely.
Oh, I thought it comes with great responsibility, but
shut up.
Yeah. Who's next, man?
Josh.
Yeah.
He's already happening. He's already started to turn.
To turn?
Evil.
No, I get that. Where do you see him turning? I think people forget Genie Plus is all him.
Yeah, that's the answer to your question. It's
Yeah.
Genie Plus. Genie Plus is a Josh project.
Mm.
It's not an Iger project, and it's not a Thumb project.
Who?
Thumb. The guy looks like a thumb.
Don't call him. That's
I forget his name.
Ken Potrock?
No, the other thumb.
Oh, because I like Ken Potrock.
No, I forgot he looks like a thumb too.
He doesn't look like a thumb. I like Ken Potrock.
He doesn't look like a thumb as much
so
as the
who
other
looks
one.
like a thumb?
The guy between Igers.
Oh, Bob Chapek?
Yes.
Screw that guy.
Yeah. Thumb.
Yeah, dude, he worked on that island in Spy Kids.
Thumb.
Yeah.
The other thumb people did not work on the island.
They were underwater.
The island was in 2.
Yeah.
Thumb people were in 1.
No, they were in 2. No, they were in 3. No, they were in 2.
No, because the island was
What was 2?
2 was
The thumb people were underwater. With
2
the
was
guy
the
who-
island. 2 was the island with Steve Buscemi.
That wasn't the thumb one?
It was Steve Buscemi
Okay.
who made the weird animals.
And that really crazy quote.
Incredible quote.
I don't...
Do you think God stays in heaven because he too fears what he's created? Because he's referring to the fact that he locked himself in his lab because he was so afraid of the freak animals that he made.
God complex.
Do you think God also stays in heaven because he's afraid of what he created? That's such an incredible quote that I can't believe it's from Spy Kids 2. That's like one of my favorite lines
Spy
of all
Kids
time.
2 by what's his face?
By Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah. Who made
Mwah.
Book of Boba Fett?
Was that a Robert Rodriguez?
That's why it sucked.
Wait, that means that's why I liked it?
You liked
I
it?
did. It scratched that itch for me.
Why do you think a certain guy was in there?
Which certain guy?
The-
Tarantino's in there?
Huh?
Tarantino's?
No.
What the hell does that mean?
Machete.
Oh, yeah, Machete was in.
He's the Rancor.
Yeah. You know what's really funny? Do you know about the lore about Machete?
No.
So Machete was a fake movie. So when Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino made Grindhouse, the double feature they both made to be like a fake double feature of B movies, which both of them effing killer movies. Quentin Tarantino makes Death Proof, which is one of my favorites of his. And Robert Rodriguez makes something about zombies. I forget what it's called. But it's absolutely bananas. And because they made this fake double feature, the two of them and a bunch of friends of theirs, like Rob Zombie and
You're asking the wrong guy.
the guy that did Hot Fuzz,
Simon Pegg?
the director.
That's not Hot Fuzz. Dude, no idea.
Anyways, the bunch of other people to make fake trailers for this fake double feature.
Okay.
Machete is one of those fake trailers. Wants to make it for a while, never gets it made. Makes Spy Kids. Puts in this funny character he made named Machete as their uncle. That is canon, the same character.
Yeah, that I know.
Then Machete happens as a standalone movie, but it is canon, their uncle from Spy
He
Kids.
says all his films are in the same universe,
Yeah.
which doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything, but it's really funny that like Machete and Spy Kids are the two most explicit ones because he is the same character.
Yeah. So anyways.
But another line that's up there for me is like crazy things is I'll face God and walk backwards into hell.
What's that from?
That's a Drill tweet.
Huh?
Drill is this guy on Twitter who says insane things. Funny guy. It's an account that like is a masculinity, but the full tweet is, I think it's like,
We're going off the
if
rails
they
right
tell
now.
me one more time that I can't hoot and holler at the monkeys at the zoo, then I'll face God and walk backwards into hell.
Walt Disney was going to do that.
Walt Disney was going to face God and walk backwards into hell.
Into his own heaven, his own Babylon, his own Eden.
Mm-hmm.
Into the community of tomorrow.
Crazy guy.
Crazy guy. Oh, man. He really saved it all by dying.
Kind of, yeah.
And I don't want to say that like good. He died.
For the sake of the company? For the sake of his own legacy?
Yeah, because you could say like,
It's-
oh, Walt Disney had some wild ideas.
Good thing they never happened.
Yeah. And then it just ends there. It's like, oh, that could have been evil.
He could have made a company town.
Yeah, but he didn't. He died. Poor guy.
Poor guy. He died.
Died. So yeah, he ended up with the theme park animation robotics company.
Yeah. And not a company town that collapses into itself because of all the groundwater in Florida.
Yeah.
They would have had to build that city with a close to 60 foot basement under the entire city.
But they build on top and pretend it's a basement. That's what they did.
Were they going to do that?
Probably.
They talk about that?
They didn't excavate Magic Kingdom.
They didn't? None of that's excavated?
It's on the second floor.
Really?
Yeah.
This I did not know.
Still insane.
Still
We built a theme park on the second floor.
that's so
It's so insane. Right?
Yeah.
If you go look at the pictures, they just built the tunnels.
That's so funny.
But anyways,
I think that kind of sums it up.
Yeah, I do want to add one final thing because I don't know if we'll ever actually do it. The future thing. I think with him, he's crazy enough to ruin his own things. Remember that AI Mickey Mouse that sucked?
Was it AI? Was that proven? Was it not mocap? Because Rocket was mocap. And Rocket was kind of cool. These are two experiences of the same event, and Rocket was mocap.
But Mickey was so bad, I think, because they're afraid of Mickey actually talking too much to someone. Where Walt would be like, it's okay if Mickey says things about your computer.
Are you talking about the one at D23?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of dumb. We had the talking ones at Grizzly Peak like 10 years ago. Walt Disney would have kept them. Like, what are they going to say? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Later, Walt.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back to these.
One of my favorite things. Did you get to see much of that Rocket thing at D23?
Not really.
It was kind of funny. Whoever the guy was doing it, we like joked together for a bit. It was pretty funny.
So
he called out my beard and said, "I like this one. I like the one that's hairy like me." And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah. I saw you. Did you post that?
Didn't record it. Freddie might have posted it.
Maybe. So
I was just living in the moment.
Walt Disney lived in his moment.
No, he lived way outside of his moment. What are you talking about?
He lived his moment and died and did not build his Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we got a really weird theme park.
Really weird edutainment theme park.
Which is no longer that.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah.
We're just here now.
That's the postmortem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next? What's next for the Walt Disney Company?
Hopefully something freaking good.
Are they just going hard on theme parks and AI?
I've said this for ages. Theme parks are their bread and butter. Like theme parks, I think, are their core.
They know. It was 1/3 of their business.
Highest product.
Now it's like 48%. Huh. You know what
That's
it
what,
is?
when people were talking about like COVID and all the theme parks closing, I was like, I don't think you guys get it. Like, they're running out of money.
Yeah. No.
Like when people were getting laid off and like someone's like, "Oh, you're Disney. Why can't you just afford to pay everyone?" I'm like, guys, I don't think you get how business works. Like, I genuinely believe they couldn't afford it.
People don't understand that.
And I'm not saying that to pity them. I'm saying this supermassive company that does not have liquid assets, because it's foolish as a company that big to have liquid assets.
Rule of thumb, 25% of your revenue is payroll.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just goes to payroll.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't work out that way, you're inefficient.
Mm-hmm.
Or somehow underpaying and being very efficient, but usually not. Right? So, yeah, it doesn't work. The whole, like, anyways, let's not get into that.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, my whole thing was they pitched Disneyland Forward after the pandemic, and I wholeheartedly believe they were going for this mixed-use zoning because when we shut down the world again, they go, this is a restaurant shopping district. You can't go on the rides right now. But they had to close the theme park because it was a theme park.
I bet they've had the third gate idea for like 15 years. They've been trying to make a third gate for 15 years.
But they're still not going to do it. They're going to fill in the spaces first.
My hotel project is part of what Disneyland Forward is now. The hotel got shut down for zoning rights. The fact that all of Disneyland Forward is about zoning rights is a response to the hotel getting shut down.
Yeah, they want to be able to do what they want with the land that they own.
I think a large part of it was influenced by by what you just said, by priorities changing through COVID. Is realizing, hey, maybe we should tweak this.
People like experiences. They renamed the whole division of Disney Experiences. People like going places, doing things, being places. And what if they can be in our little city?
Ooh, Epcot 2. Welcome back, Epcot. Welcome back, Epcot. Oh, she's back. She's back and worse than ever.
Yeah. Cotino, etc.
Yep.
But, yeah, maybe it's good he didn't get his last wishes.
Yeah.
He got a couple of them. He got the movie. Good movie.
Good movie. Bad pacing.
We're not going to get into the pacing of Mary Poppins today.
You
but
can cut 55 minutes out of the middle of that movie and the plot doesn't change.
I don't even remember it anymore. I just know that they dance with the penguins. And for some reason, his name is Bert.
For some reason, it's just his name.
What a name. What kind of name is that? Where is
Van Dyke name. Dick Van Dyke's such a crazy name.
Yeah, it is.
It's got 2 bad words in it. It's more bad word than not.
All right, Jeff. Say the good words.
And that's our rewind.
If this is your final stop, thanks for rewinding with us today. And if not, it's time for We Have It So Good. I didn't do that right. That's okay. Where we in the Trammin talk about our trips to Disney parks and more. Right in with your trip recaps at trammin.com/ask. No one did.
I'm noticing a big blank here.
No one went.
Can I be critical?
I didn't go.
Can I be critical?
Uh-huh.
We don't have it very good right now. Let's talk about those price hikes.
Go ahead.
Group chat conversation this morning about the price hikes that, for those watching, came out a couple days ago.
No, they came out like 3 weeks ago.
That wasn't today?
No, dude.
Have you already talked about that then?
Okay. Let's talk about the weird Disney convincing you to buy the.
No, I want to talk about the graphic.
The graphic came out with the price hikes like 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
That's what I was telling you.
But
so that's what's weird.
I was having a bad
Disney-
morning.
Huh?
I was having a bad morning. I don't want to talk about it.
I didn't ask you to.
So the price hikes. We all know about the price hikes.
We all know about the price hikes, and then Disney goes, "Look, great value."
Look at how many times it takes to pay off your pass. Or
Why, if they knew it was going to be so bad,
Mhm.
why did they raise it so much? Because they have done $50 price hikes.
Mhm.
I thought that they would raise all of them by a decent amount, but that the Inspire, the top one, would only go up by a nominal 50.
Remember when you could pay less than the current cost of the Inspire to go to both American resorts any day of the year?
Rain had that one.
That was cheaper than the Inspire.
So, the Inspire, I thought it would only go by a nominal 50,
Mm-hmm.
just to be like, yeah, we raised the price, because that one takes a while to sell out. All the passes will sell out,
It's over $1,000,
and it takes like 5, 6, 7 days to sell out sometimes,
Mhm.
which in this day and age is a lot. So they're not really having trouble selling them out. They raise the price, but then they convince you to buy it. Is it just to control the narrative? Like, look, it's not so bad that the price is so high. Look, it's still a good value.
Yeah, they need to convince you that it's a good value.
But people are still buying,
I don't think they are.
or they don't think that they will, is what you think.
I think it's both.
Like November 6th, Wednesday, is when they go on sale.
Like I said, we all remember when Magic Keys dropped. That was September.
It was August 25th.
It
For the record, it was August 25th.
It's within my point. It was late August, which means anybody that got one renews in August. Some people renew in September
like
because they've got a couple weeks.
Because they didn't. Well, and also they didn't. It depends on your activation date.
That too.
Yeah.
So let's say you activated in September. Let's say you activated in October. It would make sense to activate within a month to 6 weeks. Which means that this price hike and this graphic dropping are in line with the renewals.
Oh, they've been doing October for a while too.
But it's like, hey, gang, because they could have dropped that graphic at any time if it was aimed at new purchases, but it's not.
But here's the
It's
thing.
aimed at justifying it to people who probably filled out a survey and said, I do not feel like I am getting what I'm paying for. I do not feel like I am, affording this trip. So they're saying, instead of saying, let's offer more to make it feel better, let's just convince you. Let's remind you of what you're paying for. It's a very, very pompous response.
The thing is, they do raise the prices after renewals. They let you have it. they'll let you renew because technically it's raised since you've renewed. If it's every October, you get the raised price and you renew, right? Once a year. So they'll raise it after that. So it is raised for the new purchases.
True.
But it is just, they're getting away with it. People keep buying it.
100%.
And all I tell everyone, like, why is it so expensive? People don't stop. It's maybe not your personal fault to whoever's out there. But
It is, Mark.
Every time you buy something, you say the price is right. Every time you buy something.
Mm-hmm. It's voting with your wallet.
Yeah. If you're like, but I have to eat chicken, but it's so expensive. You could eat rice and beans.
Mm-hmm.
Should you? I'm not saying you should and that's right. Like, yeah, you do need like more than that. But also like when you buy the chicken that's full price at whatever, being like, yeah, that price is good because you'll pay it.
Yeah.
And it's not your fault. They set the price, but it's like, it's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. So every time you buy something from Disney and then you joke, I hate the memes of like my husband, every time I open my wallet and say I'm booking a Disney trip. Like, have you seen those?
Most expensive day ever.
Yeah.
Freaking, we're on the air.
Yeah. I hate Disney costs so much memes.
Oh, God, the worst.
Because, yeah, you're buying it. Like, you're allowed to complain about the country you live in because you're not just going to move. Right?
Yeah.
You can complain about the theme park you're in. Like, don't go.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, oh, you don't like it? Don't go. No, you stop going. They got to do something.
I stopped going.
Yeah.
Is it going to make a difference? No.
Well, it's the whole thing. Your vote doesn't count. But if everyone thinks that way, oh, suddenly it counts.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's a weird
Yeah.
thing. We all have to do it.
If enough votes that don't count happen at once, suddenly they do.
Yeah. So, yeah, you all voted already, hopefully. But anyways,
By the time this airs, I will have voted.
you didn't do it already?
No, doing tomorrow.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Why don't you just fill out the thing and hand it in?
Cause it's been busy. Been sad.
No, tomorrow. Like you
Been
could
busy,
Go,
been sad.
you could go hand it in tomorrow instead of like waiting in line.
Oh yeah? I still got a sticker?
It comes with a sticker.
I want them to give me a sticker.
You want the little one, the little oval.
I want the little oval.
Oh. Anyways, yeah. So prices keep going up. We keep buying. It's why I don't complain.
Slurping that crap up.
But it's also like just the position I'm in where people are like, oh, it costs a lot. I just go, yeah. Like, what am I going to say? I can't hide it, right?
Yeah.
You know? If they went from 1650 to 2000, maybe I wouldn't, right?
They went from 1650 to 1850.
1750.
Still. It's closer to 2000 than...
I almost didn't renew. We're getting there.
Yeah?
We're getting there.
You think this might be the last year?
No. I'm just... Okay. Eventually, prices can be too high where people bulk and the parks are less busy.
Mm-hmm.
But then that becomes worth it. I know this sounds exclusionary and elitist, but this is how things work. If things become too expensive, less people have them, but the company makes enough money and they're fine. Porsche doesn't need to sell 6 million cars a year. They could sell 200,000 cars a year.
It's the iPhone Pro.
No, that the iPhone Pro Max is the most selling iPhone every year.
Because?
It's the best one.
Well, okay, bad example because they do make that one a better product.
Not this time.
This time
They're all equal.
we're hitting
But
diminishing returns.
No. It's always the best. It's the biggest one, and it's the best version of the biggest one.
Yeah.
And people, that's a status symbol.
Let's
not go with the iPhone.
No. Where I was going was status symbol. Because I was going to say about the iPhone, but then I remembered like it's a tech product and they are giving you more in that package. Disney Pass is a status symbol.
Yeah, because people go, oh, this guy goes every week. And then the person next to him goes, you do? That's crazy. No, I don't care about that status. But it's a thing. But yeah, I can go whenever I want. I just went.
Status symbol doesn't really matter to the person who holds it. It's the person who perceives it.
Yeah, but
It's the observer.
Does the person who hold it want the people to observe and perceive?
Doesn't matter. It's not up to them.
So you're saying by it being a status symbol to others that it motivates them to buy it eventually?
No, by other people observing it and ascribing it status, it
Mhm.
becomes a status symbol.
Okay. Well, how does that drive demand in your situation?
Appealing.
Yeah.
It's all in the observer.
So if enough observers think something is a status symbol, they want the status symbol now.
Correct.
And then once they have it, they're just like, oh, I have it.
Kind of.
Hmm.
A little bit. Why does somebody, and this is no offense to you, why does somebody who doesn't hike, doesn't dive, and doesn't climb mountains?
I hike.
Again, this is not about you.
Uh-huh.
Why does somebody who doesn't hike, doesn't climb mountains, and doesn't dive need a Apple Watch Ultra?
There are two camps, straight up two camps. There is a actually large contingent of people who buy it because of the battery.
That's valid. I forgot about the battery.
However,
I forgot about the battery. That's kind of valid.
I have it straight up. Like I almost bought the Series 10. But the reason
I'm still on the 7. I got to upgrade.
The reason I bought the Ultra this time, the first time was, I like the way it looks too. I like the square.
You know what? I will say, I think it appeals, before you say this, I think it appeals to people who like big chunky watches, which I don't.
Okay. I don't mean this in a bad way. This is just in a societal, we've been raised this way. The regular Apple Watch looks girly because it's round and cute. It doesn't make you look like a girl.
I would agree if not for the fact that it is so monolithic.
It's too
and
cloud-like.
Lacking in detail.
It's cloud-like to me. It's cutesy. And I don't care. I have no problems with masculinity and whatever. Like, I joke about silly things all the time. I don't care how people perceive me in that way. I wear flower shirts every day. Right?
Gay.
Yeah. So, it's not that. But it's that style doesn't appeal to me.
Sure.
Right? I'm not going to buy a Cartier because it's a little cute square watch.
I want a Cartier so
That's fine.
bad.
But that matches your style.
Yeah.
Your shoes.
Yes.
Specifically.
Correct.
So it works.
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah. But I sleep with the watch. I take it to dinner first. And then the battery will die.
Shut up.
So the reason I bought this one was just the battery.
Valid.
I can't.
Valid.
I don't want it to die all the time. And it's annoying.
Does the Inspire key have a bigger battery?
The Inspire key, it's the parking.
Is that the bigger battery?
It's only the parking because that allows you to go to the Disneyland.
Where does this company get off making parking more expensive?
What do you mean?
Parking went up. Went from 30 to 35.
It was like 2 years ago, man.
Nope.
It was at least a year ago.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. It was within this past cycle for me. It was within this calendar year.
Because you have your half off thing. But do you see now how the free it's the included parking influences the purchase? I can go to the
Not
Disneyland.
anymore.
I
don't think free parking justifies me spending.
It doesn't
nearly
justify.
$2,000.
It's the hook. Because
I don't think it convinces me to spend that much money.
it doesn't convince you.
I think
but it
someone out there is
convinces-
much of a.
It convinces me.
I don't want to use rude words.
Not by.
Kind of chumpy.
It's not that. It's like I went to go buy not the Madame Leota. I should have though. But I bought the Hatbox Ghost, right?
Okay.
Part of my decision was it's 15 minutes away. I'm going to park my car at no cost to me.
15 minutes away. You could have done that at the friggin' hotel. How
How?
long were you there?
They didn't validate.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, because it wasn't at Trader Sam's. So
okay.
I parked my car at Mickey and Friends at no extra cost for that day. Walked in, got my mug, and left. And didn't have to worry about paying for parking, validating, pulling shenanigans, buying a gift card at Downtown Disney.
I suppose.
And that's the hook. It's not a good
I don't think it's a compelling hook anymore.
to you.
No, I genuinely, I would love to see the person who looks at that price point and thinks that's worth it.
I don't think it's worth it. I think if I'm going to get a pass, it's that one. Does that make more sense? The way I use the pass, okay. Have you not gone a couple times because you have to pay half the parking or validate it at the hotel?
No. I've never decided not to go because of that.
But you will pull schemes.
Love a scheme.
I have no patience for that. What score is that? That's so high.
Basketball.
You follow basketball?
Local.
What?
Clippers and Lakers.
Oh, okay.
I like knowing what's going on with local teams.
Okay. I was like, what is local basketball? You just mean the teams over
Clippers
here.
and Lakers, the local teams.
Okay. So
Clippers, by the way, quick aside, changed their logo again. Who the hell do they think they are?
they got the new stadium.
They got the new stadium last year, and they changed their logo last
They weren't
year.
playing last year.
The square logo. I designed that stadium.
Huh?
I did the electrical design for the Clippers stadium, and they were using the square logo. Now they got this new circle logo.
With the clipper in it.
Yeah, the hell is that, man?
That's a clipper.
I know what it is, but like that was new from like 2 years ago.
No, this has been around a long time.
With the square?
Yeah.
Not that long.
Yeah, it was around.
Not that long. Pull up.
Hot minute.
Hold on, I'm gonna.
No, we're not talking about the Clippers right now. We're talking about past prices.
I'm
Jeff.
listening to you. I'm listening to you.
No, the people are not listening to the Clippers logo.
I'm not talking about the Clippers logo.
Yes, you are. So yeah, anyways, past prices are high. And they're too high.
Oh, 2015. Okay.
It's 9 years, bud.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So past prices
Yeah.
are high. People are balking. They're advertising. We're going to see if it gets any less busy. I don't know. The hype on Disney is not dead. People are hyped for Tiana's.
It's getting there.
I don't know if it is. General public, dude. General public.
You ever seen the Clippers logo when they were in San Diego?
No. That's sick.
That's sick, right?
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Anyways. The rent is too damn high.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff says we don't have it so good. But I haven't
I
gone.
don't think we have it. I don't think we have it that
Yeah.
good. Not to be controversial.
It's fine. I don't really care. I'm not
I don't know. I've been. This is a rough one.
What is?
The here and now. We're in a rough here and now.
So what's going to happen?
Hard reset.
Hard reset.
Hard reset.
How? Prices aren't going down. Prices never go down.
They will.
They're not going down.
They will.
No, they're going to run some deals and they're just going to leave the passes. At most, they won't raise the price.
It'll happen.
They've done a year where they don't raise the pass prices, right?
Oh, sure.
But they always raise the ticket prices.
Not always.
Oh.
Not always.
Let's see. Oddly enough, if fewer people go, it'll make the pass more worth it. Right? The problems are from how busy it is because the parks are the same.
The fact that it was $1,000 a couple years ago and now it's $2,000 will never go away.
It was $1,250 before the pandemic.
It was closer to 1,000 and now it's closer to 2,000, and that is enough from a marketing standpoint that they should have been concerned
The
about.
$1,650 was close to $1,500. $1,750
Closer to 2,000. Yes, that's correct. But this is the thing that their marketing team should be acutely aware of, and for some reason they're just disregarding.
I thought they were going to go.
This is, you know what this is?
$16.99.
I was about to say, this is $19.99, not $20. $19.99. This is 99 cents. I can't remember where I heard this, but I truly agree with it. Wherever this quote was from, that like 99, it might have been from Wolf of Wall Street, that 99 cents is like the greatest invention in marketing ever.
Did you know I had to teach a marketing professor that?
A marketing professor that?
I took a marketing class as I had to.
Yeah.
And someone was like, why is it always like $4.99 and not $5? And he
Because
goes,
it's not 5.
and
That's
he goes,
exactly
he goes,
it.
I don't know. I go, the 4 next to the 99
it's a
is
smaller number than 5.
And he goes, oh, I never thought of that. And
You're a sucker, bud. You are not immune to propaganda.
And I go, I didn't. He's a marketing professor. And I'm like,
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about him.
I know. And I'm like, I didn't think of that. That's what it is.
That's what it is. 4 is a smaller number than 5. You, sir, are not immune to propaganda.
Anyways.
I think about that picture of Garfield all the time.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, coming back.
No, you keep talking.
So here's what's the thing about the prices. If you're going the 49s, right?
Mm-hmm.
$17.99 would not have been any different from $17.49. Jeff, did you hear me?
Yes. I don't really have any thoughts on it.
Why not just do $16.99? Like either
Oh, yeah, because
go all the way or don't.
Difference. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, okay. That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
So, yeah. And I think dude, once it hits, it doesn't matter what the number in front is. When it hits $19.99, it's like red alert.
Game over. No, we're at red alert. That's game over.
Yeah. Not no one.
Anyone who pays $2,000 deserves to be like tarred and feathered.
If that number,
If you pay $2,000 to go to Disneyland, California, and this is someone who has loved this place with all my heart my entire life. This is someone who gave 5 years of his life to this place. If you pay $2,000 for a pass that only gets you into these two parks, you are the chump of all chumps, and you deserve to be tarred and feathered.
okay, the hard and feathered is a lot.
You deserve to be hung in stocks on the street and have tomatoes thrown at you.
They can't throw the tomatoes at you because you're inside of Disneyland, and everyone's stuck outside because they don't have
didn't pay $2,000 to throw tomatoes.
Yeah.
They can throw them over the gate.
Yeah, once that number is a 2, that's a hard sell. $2,000 is a lot.
Hard sell is an understatement.
Yeah.
Hard sell is a gross understatement.
$2,000. Like
$2,000?
$16.99 would have bought them time for the third gate. Because now you got 3 gates. Not that $2,000 is justified by 3 parks,
Not even a little bit.
but it's much different than the 2 parks that we have right now, right?
Yeah.
At $2,000, you gotta give me Genie Plus. Hey, interesting thought, Jeff. Let's not go with 2,000. Let's go with $17.49, what it is now. Or let's go back to the old price, right? Would you have renewed at the old price, or you're already kind of like, eh?
Well, my situation was unique.
Yeah, okay. So, but
If I was still paying $900 for what my pass was, I'd probably keep it going. That was $65 a
would
year.
like
$60 a year, a
one
month.
or 2 little lightning lane passes per visit. Just like thrown in there. You still got to book them subject to availability, but you got 1 or 2.
And
Yeah.
and am I staying at $900?
Whatever let's say what the price is now, or you renewed your last price, but they're like, here's 2 every time you show up.
No.
But is that something if they added would
My
be like
monthly went up $35 a month.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So
That's how much that price jump was from year to year. Is my monthly went up $35 a month.
yeah, Believe jumped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we always talk about they're not giving us more. Would a little perk like that be something? Forget justification at this point. Would that be something? Like, hey, we sell this thing. You're a loyal customer. Here's 1 or 2, because we know you're not coming in the morning and taking Space Mountain, right?
Mhm.
It's a little backhanded. But it's like, hey, you know what? You get
It
a
has
big-
to be
big-
without restriction. It has to include
Like you just get on like the $300
No,
one?
no, no, no. It has to include Rise. It has to include Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's included now.
It has to include, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It cannot say, oh, you can do anything except for the new hotness. It has to include the new hotness. It has to. It has to be
The
non-discriminatory.
paid one doesn't have that though.
Change that.
Because then everyone will just do Rise. That's the problem.
So what? Everybody at the pass. Your pass sold like hotcakes so people can go on Rise. You made more money. You made more money by offering a better perk. That's how perks work. You offered a perk so good that people paid more money than they would have paid otherwise. I think of myself as a fairly discerning customer. And if it was a non-discriminatory free pass
1.
per visit,
But you still have to book it. What if they run out? You just be
Yeah.
like, I'll go early today. I'll go
tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a pass, not a ticket. I'll go tomorrow.
If I could get a Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, whatever, to Space Mountain every time I went, It's justified enough for me.
It has to be compelling.
Yeah.
If they say you can't go on Space Mountain in June and July, pound sand. Hit the bricks. It has to be fully non-discriminatory. It has to be a real perk that does not have restriction on it.
I could see them doing something not that good, but something similar.
Yeah, and it would flop. Of course I could see them half-assing something. They're kings at that.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what they'll do? 1 free a month.
Yeah, that's chumpy. They'll
The
do that.
calendar month.
Yeah.
Use it or lose it, bud.
Yeah. No rollover.
No rollover.
Evil.
Still got to book it.
So disgusting.
Does not stack if you buy it that day. Does not stack if you buy it that day. We wrote it for them.
So gross.
They're listening.
So gross.
They're listening.
They're listening. If I could tell them what I want to tell them right now, this show would be canceled.
All right.
No, this
cancel
show
me.
wouldn't be canceled. You just wouldn't have me back. There are a bunch of snakes, those
That's it.
marketing experts.
Jeff,
Yes, sir?
what time is it?
It's
Pizza time.
It's time for one last bite. Jeff, as always, what is the best thing you tasted this week?
I had Goldburger for lunch.
What is Goldburger?
Goldburger. You want to talk about Matt's food opinions?
Okay.
We all know Matt's food opinions. Matt told me I have to try Goldburger. It had been recommended to me a few times when I was working on my burger list, but Matt sold that one hard to the point where he and Bree went with me to go get it.
Whoa. You guys are practically neighbors now.
I know. We see each other all the time. Here's the thing. That was the best burger I've ever had in my life.
Whoa.
It's the only one I've given above a 9.8. I in my little ranking thing I've done, I think I've given one 9.8, and then Goldberg got a 9.9.
It's a pop-up.
Nope. It's a real place.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks pretty good.
It's extremely good.
This looks like what they're doing over here a little bit.
Yeah. Dude, it's so good.
Compare them.
This one's more gimmicky. This one here more gimmicky. I love the cheese thing.
But you like a classic cheese on a smash burger. That's
I
what
like
it
a
is.
slice of American. That's all you need.
Okay.
They got this like special garlic mustard sauce. That's really yummy. Good pickles. Really good pickles.
Cool.
Yeah. Just, man, this thing's perfect. Pickles are cut thin too.
I like that.
Easier bite.
Nice.
Had that for lunch today. Haven't really done much this week.
You only get one. You can have more, but you don't have
I'm trying to think if anything outranks that.
Oh.
No, it's that. What about you?
Hold on. I think it might be the mac and cheese, Jeff.
No.
My dad made prime rib yesterday. I might just tie them because he made it really good. Nice crispy fat on the outside. Don't always get that. Dude, I'll rip off the little fat.
Fat cap?
No, like, on the, just, it's like this.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Well, yeah. He made a great horseradish. I love a good horseradish sauce.
I have yet to be turned on a horseradish. I haven't.
I went like,
Oh, no. Horseradish. Yeah, on a steak. Yes.
yeah.
What am I thinking of?
He makes it with like sour cream.
Sauerkraut that I don't like. Horseradish, though, I'm on board with horseradish.
So with a prime rib, dude, it was great.
Mm-hmm. Man, I haven't had prime rib.
But
It's
dude,
almost Christmas. It's almost prime rib time.
dude, no matter what, if there's 40 people
Mm-hmm.
or 10 people, my dad buys 2 prime ribs.
Oh, I love your dad.
He's a psycho.
I love your dad so much.
I have to show you the beef Wellington he made. He bought the
You made a
full
beef Wells?
the full fillet.
He
He bought 2 full
He bought a
fillets.
full tenderloin?
2.
Or not tenderloin, a full loin.
2.
He bought a full cow's worth of loin?
Yeah.
Because cows have 2 loins.
Yeah.
He bought both loins of a cow?
Yeah.
That's so much cow. Like, that's so much cow.
And he made lobster on the side.
What the hell?
My dad,
I'm gonna marry your dad.
he's taken, but you know where it's where I learned. It's where I learned you need to have too much food. You can't have too little food when you host.
Yeah, wouldn't it be so crazy?
It would be. So yeah. Oh, here it is, my friend. December 2022. Look at these.
Oh my God.
For Paula.
Oh my God, Paula.
Look at these. Hold on.
Oh my God, I gotta show Paula the Clippers logo.
Look at this. Look at that.
Little bit over.
No, it's because it sat out.
Bad picture?
It just like it oxidized.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Dude, look at that. Look at this. Look at this, Jeff. So good.
Oh, it is perfect.
Look at that plate. There's a lot. He made lobster for some reason. These are like scalloped potatoes with.
Why are they so stringy?
Huh?
Why are they so stringy?
That's cheese.
oh.
It's just Parmesan on top. Look at that. Look at these. My dad's crazy. And then, yeah, he made 2 prime ribs last Christmas, I think. Oh, no. That was like 2 Christmas. I don't know, man. He makes too much food.
Did I tell you what I'm going to make soon?
No.
So each year, I pick a soup
Mm-hmm.
and try to really nail it. Last year, I did had like a leek and potato with ham that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Year before that, I did like a chili that was really good. Before that, like a loaded baked potato. This year, I'm taking on the big one.
There's a few big ones.
Clam chowder.
Oh.
I'm going to the fish market. I'm getting fresh clams. Do you have to shuck clams?
You could probably buy it like that. There's tricks to do it.
Or no, you boil clams, and they just open up.
Yes, like mussels.
Yes. So I don't have to freaking stab myself in the hand.
Correct.
Making clam chowder from scratch.
My favorite soup is something
Fresh
my mom
clams.
makes. Coconut curry soup.
Ooh, that sounds yummy. It sounds a little sweet.
You should put some spice in there, but it's coconut milk, curry, potatoes, cabbage, chicken, but grilled chicken.
Ooh,
Right?
a little bit of Maillard, a little bit of texture on there.
Yeah. And like chopped grilled chicken tenderloins, and
Oh yeah,
some carrots. I think 'cause, you put the carrots in there.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
It's so comforting.
that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
That sounds really
But
lovely.
yeah, your mac and cheese, dude. That was crazy.
I'm honored.
That was
I'm honored
crazy.
because I thought I kind of whiffed it.
No, it was crazy. Kimmy probably would have loved it. She likes salty things. Like one time
You can hack off a chunk and save for her,
I'm not gonna see her.
huh?
I'm going to Mammoth.
Not with her,
No, I go alone every year.
by yourself.
Yeah, man. I like
The hell?
John Muir in a hotel.
I'm like John Muir in a hotel. Okay,
That's
buddy.
the joke. Dude. That's the
Okay.
No, but his whole going to the mountains is going home.
Yeah.
I go alone every
That's
year.
real. That's real. I used to go to Idlewild all the time when my grandpa was alive. We used to go like twice a year.
Dude, go to the mountains alone.
I miss going to Idlewild so much.
I don't think I've ever been, but Rain loves it.
When I hear Vince Guaraldi, Charlie Brown Christmas music, I think of that because their little town used to freaking play it like on loop. Just over like a PA.
That's really interesting.
I mean, it's a 40-minute loop. It's no different than Disneyland.
Oh, okay.
Like the whole album.
Oh.
Not like one song. They used to play like the whole album on loop.
Okay. That's much different.
Yeah. Most Disney loops are 40 to 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I grabbed the Grizzly Peak Airfield loop, and I play it while I drive up the mountain.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's peak.
Dude, I know what I'm doing going to Mammoth.
Did I ever tell you that I have figured out on every flight that I'm on, every time I go on a flight, I know exactly when to press play on Soarin'?
No.
That lines up with the plane leaving the ground. That it hits right as you get, like, I've timed it so right that just as you get to the point where you like have a downward angle on the city is right when the melody starts.
Oh, that's what you...
Like I know from all the sounds during takeoff when to press play so that I get that view of like, I'm not looking out the window, I'm looking down now. Like the first time when you're looking at a downward angle. Yeah.
Anyways.
I used to go on a lot of flights.
Yeah.
And I like my aesthetics.
So yeah, no, I go to Mammoth alone every year. This is the 4th year in a row.
You thought about it, didn't you?
What?
You thought about it.
What about what?
Never mind.
No idea what you're talking about, honestly.
That doesn't matter.
So yeah, I go alone every year. Go hiking. I'm there like 3 nights. So the 2 days, I just like...
Do you camp?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just like... It's like a...
So small loops. You're not going on 1 3-day hike.
No. Like,
oh, okay.
It's part vacation.
Mm-hmm.
It's R&R, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's like I drive up, stay in a nice room. I get up top because the view, they give me the same room every year.
Same number?
Yeah, because I think there's only one. It's like a king suite high floor.
Interesting.
So the view out of the big windows is just trees.
You better send me pictures.
I'll show you. Like, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I wake up, I get like breakfast, and then I get ready, drive out towards where Twin Lakes is. Depending on if the road is closed or not, I'll leave my car, drive up to another trail, and then I just like wander for like 3-4 hours. And then it gets really windy and cold at some point because the sun starts going down.
Yeah.
And I head back. I eat some dinner. I read a book. I have a fireplace in my room. Oh, right. Every morning, I make coffee and drink it on the balcony and look at the trees.
That's living.
And
that's living.
It's the hotel room little tray coffee. Best cup of coffee I have all year. Context.
No, you spoke religion into my brain when you said that.
Yeah. So I do that every year.
When you said that there's like no food, how did you phrase it?
No food?
You said like coffee is the only food that gets better or worse based on its context.
Yeah. I could make a really nice cup of coffee, put it in my car, and be driving to go do something, and it's not going to taste as good as sitting on my couch.
Versus you can sit on a balcony, have crappy hotel room coffee, or I can go to a diner at 5 a.m. after working all night and have a crappy burnt cup of coffee and feel like I've been standing my entire life and just sat down.
Yeah. So it's a nice time. You should go to the mountains.
It's that time of year.
I have this tightness in my jaw. That's like a TMJ, like a all day. No matter what. If I open it, it cracks, right?
So loud.
I was walking around, and it's louder right now. Walking around in the snow in Mammoth. My jaw was relaxed. It was loose. It was gone. The stress left my body. The anxiety left my body.
You were fixed.
I was just, dude, it fixed me. Just being out
Trip
there.
to the mountains might fix me.
It really does. Except that part where you come back and then you're really sad.
Oh, post-vacation depression.
But like, this is what, it's not snowing this much this year, but the road was closed. Dude, I went the same like kind of route the second day.
Yes.
And my footprints were still there from the day before.
I want to show you
This is my cup of coffee on my balcony. Look at this, Jeff. It's worth paying extra for this room. Yeah.
I want to show you some 35mm pictures I took.
Well, let's wrap
in Big Bear.
and you can show me the pictures and we can talk about Mammoth. How about that?
These were in
He's not.
Big Bear or Lake Arrowhead? Are we wrapping right now?
Yeah. So, one next bite. You're not going to the Disneyland Resort anytime soon, it seems like.
I might be going to Dentist tomorrow. We'll see.
You got the hankering, talking about Disney this whole time?
Well,
While I'm wandering the hotels?
that and Matt said he was going to go, and I was like, oh, well, if Matt's going to go.
Thanks.
Well, no, it's because he never goes.
That's true. We went a few times in here.
We go a lot.
Yeah.
You and I have been
Actually,
a lot.
yeah, we went to Disneyland a few times.
You and I have been a lot, so I'm like, damn, if the boys are getting together, I feel like I should be there.
Dude, they have a tropical shandy at Palm Breeze.
I do like a shandy.
It was pretty good.
Like a real shandy, like juice and beer?
Yeah.
What beer? Better be crappy.
It's Palm Breeze.
No, but like a shandy should be like a bad beer.
Let's see. Maybe this will be your one next bite because it's time for one next bite. What are you eating next at the Disneyland Resort? So, because the seasonal GNT is not really good right now. Tropical Shandy.
What's the seasonal GNT, real quick? I like a very heavily spiced GNT.
You might like this one, actually.
There was this bar.
Sipsmith Gin, Saint Germain or Elderflower, black pepper, rosemary syrup.
Hold on, say that again.
Saint Germain.
Saint Germain.
No, Saint Germain.
It's Saint Germain.
I say it because of Castlevania. Have you watched Castlevania?
No.
Dude, best character, Saint Germain. Black pepper, rosemary syrup, charred Meyer lemon juice, elderflower, tonic water.
Baby!
It's brown.
Oh, that rules.
He's in.
Whoa.
He is in. Jeff's
Screw
going to Palm
everything
Breeze
else.
tomorrow. Or
I might
whatever.
be going to Palm Breeze tomorrow.
Do I have it? Yeah, here it is. Here's the picture.
Yeah, man.
But the Tropical Shandy is Florida Cognac rum, pineapple shrub, lime juice, Smog City mango pale ale. Smog City's
No, Smoxy's good, but it's a IPA.
dude, and this burger has burrata in it.
Pass.
Really?
Yeah, pass. Mm-mm.
Not the best burger, but it was good. And they do have the 5550, dude. Selva coconut rum, frozen coconut puree, peach juice, and mint.
That sounds strong, actually.
Dude, you said you weren't getting a $20 cocktail. One of these is $18.75, $117.
Shut up. That's 20.
No, it's
We have been so over this that a $17 cocktail is a $20 cocktail.
who's tipping $3?
A $1,700 pass is a $2,000 pass.
It's not. An $18.49 is where it becomes $2,000.
Yeah, so an $18 cocktail.
Anyways, so what's it going to be? The seasonal GNT?
It's probably the GNT. It's probably GNT. If I do go, which I'm not really 100% convinced I'm going to go.
They have the validation machine at Palm Breeze for the hotel.
I will consider it.
All right. What will I get? I'm still where?
If it's not that,
Are we going to like Black Tap? What do you think we're doing? You know, what do you got a hankering for you
God, no. Who's we?
tomorrow?
Me? If I go, my budget is one cocktail.
You're not eating?
No.
Mm.
I'll go to McDonald's.
Mm.
I'll go to Taco Bell.
The Decades menu is here,
It is. You know what's gone? Double decker.
dude. Who cares
Left
about
us
that?
already. Don't you dare disparage the double
Who
decker.
cares about double decker? I don't want beans on the side of my taco.
Oh, I'm going to throw myself off that double deck right there.
Goodbye. Take the double decker taco with you.
Oh. You don't get it, man.
I do, man.
You don't get it.
I'm a Taco Bell diehard.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm a Taco Bell diehard, and this guy doesn't appreciate $1.99 double decker.
My account is so old that
How old is it?
it's older than when they refreshed the accounts and started counting how old they were. Yeah. I've been to the test kitchen.
I lived down the street from the test kitchen for 3 years and never got to go.
I went because, I won the little contest thing to go.
Yeah, I tried. My cousin's fiance worked there. Never got to go. We tried a couple times, never timed it right.
I will tell you.
I guess she's his wife now.
There's a special. I'll tell you about what's coming next.
Is it the Conan O'Brien thing?
No, I don't know. Anyways, what will I get tomorrow?
What are you gonna get?
I don't know, cause I'm that guy, dude. I try something different every time I'm there. I can't drink the same thing. I can't eat or drink the same thing twice.
You don't like an Old Reliable?
I want it all, Jeff. I don't ever want to wonder what it would have been like.
I get it.
You know? So, we'll see. One next bite. I don't know. Maybe I'll just grab a cocktail to go from Trader Sam's. Angelada's been hitting lately. What's up, Jeff?
Nothing. I'm just getting this ready.
All right. So, with that, I don't know. Say goodbye. Thank them for listening. I don't know. Whatever you want.
I want to thank y'all so much for letting me, and thank you especially for letting me do this weird, funny little format break experimental episode.
See why it wasn't numbered?
No, I think that's still dumb. Because it still was functionally an episode of the show.
No, we didn't experience any of this. We were just talking.
Yeah. Anyways,
It was like,
I'm very appreciative that you let me do this.
thank you for filling in.
Yeah.
We needed someone. I don't want to pull out my emergency solo episode. It's a good one, but I want to save it.
Whoa, what is it? Tell me off the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. yeah, thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. I've been a little cynical this week, which I hate nothing more than cynicism. So forgive me of that. For those that are planning to go soon, please enjoy every second of it. Nothing more to say.
See you real soon. Bye.
Thanks for traveling with us today, and we hope you have a happy and memorable visit to the Disneyland Resort. Please lower your head, watch your step, and exit to the driver's right-hand side only.
Hello there.
No, you can't have that one.
Then start the show.